Welcome to day 2 of the Creator Cup, and I'm going to wait a second for people to get here, but we'll be getting into matches pretty shortly. If we can take a look at the bracket here, we'll see that it'll be coming up pretty soon. Today we're going to have a couple brackets to go through. Midnight Bash. Midnight Bash, of course, surprisingly lost yesterday, even though they had the best player in the world, SeaSickShrimp, with 3-time #1 finishes. Jopo, a top 10 player who has the best finish in #6 in the world. And Clash Bashing, a creator who is at 5,065 trophies right now. He's been practicing for this tournament not only in preparation yesterday, but I've seen him today. He has been completely just training, trying not to get eliminated here, because whatever team loses here will be eliminated. But on the other hand, we also have Hypnotized Minds facing elimination, which has LuckyCajun, the former #3 player in the world, Peter, former #16 player in the world, and Sir Moose, another creator who actually has a top 70 finish in Builderbase 2.0. Now, Peter and LuckyCajun are both still in the top 10 of the world currently in the leaderboards, but they are not safe here even with that. So we're going to be getting into this match pretty shortly here. It will be starting in roughly 8 minutes, and we're going to have a pretty good match to start it off here. I'm very interested. I mean, Midnight Bash was not supposed to lose yesterday, but they did get defeated by Go To Players, and that was the result of just some unfortunate attacks here. I mean, if we go ahead and look at what percentage they got, we saw that they only got a 1-star and a 2-star for 2 of their attacks. Jopo accidentally got a 1-star there, which definitely threw them off. SeaSickShrimp got the only 6-star of that match. And Go To Players was able to get 2 5-star time fails, a 2-star 90%, and that was able to secure the win for them. So I'm definitely interested to see which team will win here. I mean, a lot of people are definitely expecting that Midnight Bash will win here, and I mean, I don't want to pick teams here, but I definitely do think they have a pretty good advantage here, having SeaSickShrimp. SeaSickShrimp not only building bases for everybody, but also training Clash Bashing here, giving him all the knowledge that he used to get 3 #1 finishes, and Jopo as well, helping Clash Bashing learn. They've been in a clan all morning here getting ready for today because they are not wanting to be eliminated on the second day. But the same goes for Hypnotized Minds. I do know that Sir Moose is currently on a car drive, so he will be attacking from the car, which is definitely going to be giving them a little bit of a disadvantage, but hopefully that won't throw them off too much. I mean, LuckyCajun and Peter, we saw this was one of the teams that did pretty poorly yesterday. We don't know if that was intentionally just to give themselves a good comeback story. I mean, they got 2 stars on every single attack with a 65%, a 75%, and then a 97%. But the 97% wasn't a time fail. They just got completely destroyed by a lowered Archer Tower, which killed his P.E.K.K.A just to end it off. If you did not see that, you should really go check out day 1 of the tournament before or after this stream probably. I mean, it would be no point not to. And the overall bracket, once again, we're going to go take a look at it. We do have a good amount of matches here today. So this is the winner's bracket. And in the winner's bracket, any team that loses will not be eliminated. They're just going to go down to the loser's bracket. Now in the loser's bracket, of course, that is where they're going to be facing elimination today. Any team that makes it to the loser's bracket is going to have to kind of fight for their life there. So I'm really, really hoping that that we aren't going to be losing too many teams too quick. I mean, we are going to be eliminating 2 teams today, so it is scary. I mean, all these players in the losers bracket are definitely a little nervous. There are 4 teams there, along with 4 teams in the winners bracket. So in this tournament, we're going to have LuckyCajun starting it off versus Jopo. And while everyone's joining the clan and everyone's joining the stream, we're just going to kind of prepare here. I mean, I don't know what you guys think is going to win. I definitely have my own team in mind, but whoever you guys think will win, why don't you go ahead and say who you think that'll be. I mean, obviously a lot of people are kind of rooting for Midnight Bash because not only are they the #1 clan in the world, they got the #1 player in the world, they got top 10 players, they got Clash Bashing, definitely a menacing team. A lot of people were not expecting them to take the loss yesterday. I mean, it was definitely an unfortunate circumstance which made that happen, but I'm really hoping that it doesn't go too poorly for everyone. I mean, I know everyone here is really, really not wanting to be eliminated, but someone's got to be. So Midnight Bash looking really strong. Hypnotized Minds looking maybe just as strong here. And there's going to have to be a lot of strategy here because Hypnotized Minds has a preferred army of dropships and minions, and a lot of people hate that because it is so spammy that you're able to get a 6-star or 5-star pretty easily. I mean, we saw them both get 2 stars yesterday, but that might have been a fluke. We don't know how much of that is going to reoccur today. I mean, we saw a lot of top players getting 2 stars. We don't know if that's going to be continuously happening throughout the tournament or if that was just some bad luck and a lot of people were just stressed out for the tournament, the nerves got to them. We don't really know for what reason why all the top players were 2-starring, but if that reoccurs today, that will be the end of it for 2 of the teams here. So it's going to be a match of who's predicted better for each other. I mean, we know SeaSickShrimp, frequently he has a really hard time with people trapping him. No one can really get to him because he just avoids it. And we know Jopo, he did go at a bad angle yesterday, but if he learned from this, I'm hoping he's been practicing a lot in between then and now just to kind of get a more solid grip on the mechanics there. And then we also know LuckyCajun and Peter are definitely going to be bringing their A game here. I mean, they are both in the top 10 of the world right now, which definitely is going to put them in a pretty menacing position here. We don't know what they're going to be pulling out. We don't know what bases they are going to give. We don't know what they train their trainer. I mean, we saw Sir Moose yesterday. I believe he used baby dragons, and compared to Clash Bashing, who used dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s, which of course dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s may be a little spammier, but definitely the strongest strategy to use here. So we're very, very interested to see how they're going to fare against each other. I mean, a lot of this for the tournament is preparation. You got to make sure you are thinking smart, like, oh, what strategy will my opponent use, or what strategy will the creator use? I mean, the creators here are definitely the weakest link of everybody, so what a lot of people are wanting to do here is trap the creators and make sure the creators have as hard a time getting into the second stage. We saw that yesterday. We had one creator get to the second stage. It was Itzu, who got a 6-star. I mean, that was definitely surprising by everyone, but apart from Itzu, we had a couple... No, I think we had 6 2-stars and 1 1-star from CarbonFin, unfortunately. So it's definitely going to be people proving each other. Now, we did see that of all the creators, Clash Bashing did get one of the highest percentages. I think, let me go see. I think Sir Moose got a 65% 2-star compared to Clash Bashing got an 80% 2-star. And for a lot of the matches here, we're expecting the creators to be the tiebreakers. So the creators have a big place in here. If the creators do not do well, it may be the end of it for their team, but of course the top players have to carry for their team as well. And with just 2 minutes away from the first match here, with LuckyCajun going against Jopo, it's getting pretty close to start, so we're going to go ahead, make sure everyone's in here, and we're going to get very close to starting in. We already, in the Discord, have some top players trash-talking each other in preparation for this. I mean, of course, you gotta get a little competitive here, and let me go see who will be attacking first. I believe LuckyCajun will be attacking first up against Jopo. Let me go let them know to go against each other. There we go. Yeah, nope. Okay, here comes the trash talk. This is why we are not showing the clan chat here, because it can get a little rough between the top players. I mean, all these players, they all know each other, and not all of them like each other. I mean, for the majority, everyone is friends, but there's a very few amount of them who they push against each other, they don't win, they get mad, they get trapped, they get aggressive, and we're definitely going to be seeing that a little bit. I mean, I had to break up an argument in the Discord yesterday between 2 of them, so it's definitely going to be a little bit competitive. It's going to be really interesting to see how this will work out. I mean, obviously, whoever wins this will definitely get bragging rights along with a few good cosmetics and gems, but it'll be pretty solid to see who will pull this off. And now, just 1 minute away, we're going to go ahead and get pretty close to the first match. Let me go get this all set up, and then we'll be heading into it. So, cast your votes. Who you think is going to win here? I mean, obviously, overall, Team Itzu is looking the strongest. They got 17 out of 18 stars yesterday. The closest next to them, I think, was Otto's Children, who got 13 stars. A pretty solid amount of stars still. But now with that, we have the first match has been posted, and we'll go see when LuckyCajun attacks. And this is the defining match for this match here. We see that LuckyCajun, whatever he gets, will start everything off, and we're going to go ahead and get into it once my... 1 second. I got to go add in the source. Sorry, I got a little nervous there. I thought we would miss it. My bad. Okay, so we did not miss it. We just had to reset it. And now we get into the first base here. Before anything started, thankfully, we have LuckyCajun starting in with dropships and minions up against Jopo. We knew they were going to be using some dropships and minions, so we're going to be seeing this here to start this off. Now, the strategy is very strong. It is very disliked in the pushing community because of how strong it is. A lot of people believe it's no skill. And we're going to have to see here LuckyCajun. We did see he got a 97% 2-star yesterday, so I know he's hoping to kind of redeem himself here, start off his match with a victory. Now, this base does look a little bit anti-dropship. Like, for instance, you're going to see that this roaster is so far away from the Mega Tesla. That's to try and make it more difficult, but I'm going to be honest, it's already looking really solid here. We know LuckyCajun has a lot of experience here with the dropships. He does use them quite a lot when pushing to the top of the leaderboards. And right now, it's looking pretty good. We do see 2 Teslas all the way over here to try and trip everyone up. And now, with this all out of the way, it's looking like he's going to get through the first stage, but that air bomb does take out a good cluster of minions. So, oh, we got another air bomb all the way over here. I mean, we definitely knew SeaSickShrimp was going to be predicting that this is what was going to be happening. SeaSickShrimp is the base builder and the trapper for Team Midnight Bash, but even still, it looks like he will be getting through this with 3 minions and a dropship left alive. It was definitely a bit of a close one here, but they still get through it. So now we got to see how do they recover the second stage. The second stage with dropships and minion is probably the hardest. We see people who will bring baby dragons. We see people who will bring cannon carts. It's all kind of up to the attacker. What do they want to bring here? Obviously, they're going to be going for blood. They want to get a 6-star here, but even a 5-star here would be good to start them off, and then it'll be up to, I believe, Jopo to put them back into the match here. So we see that he has 2 more dropships selected here, and he can get some good value maybe if he sends one in over here. That'll take down 1 firecracker, then maybe over here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So as long as he does secure the 5-star here, it's not going to be necessarily the attack that they may have been looking for, but it's still going to be a pretty solid 5-star. And look, actually, he's going to use 2 dropships here to take out 2 firecrackers immediately with the ability. Look at that go. That whole compartment just got taken down. Now you see why a lot of top players dislike dropships and minions, because they are just so strong. And then he still has 1 dropship left. He'll probably put it on the back end over here. And this is not looking bad, actually, with that battlecopter still alive. If he does not trigger the ability, yup, he keeps the ability barely. And now with that, he is looking actually super solid here. Except look, those 2 firecrackers are attacking the same dropship. That's going to be a little bit of trouble for him. Even still, though, with that, he is looking so solid because look how much HP these dropships have in me. They're tanking everything. And this may be a dropship minion 6-star to start us off here if he has enough time. If he has enough force, he will be getting this one down. And this one was definitely maybe a little bit of an unexpected strategy here, but I mean, we knew he was going to be bringing the A game. We saw him get a 97% fail yesterday, and now we're starting off with the top players getting a 6-star to start off this match, and this is not really what Midnight Bash wanted to see. I mean, obviously they're going to be trapping up against dropships and minions because they know that is one of their favorite strategies, but even still, they were not able to get the victory here up against them on defense, and now Jopo needs to fire back with a 6-star if he wants to have a shot at kind of staying in this. I mean, again, this is an elimination match, and no one is expecting Midnight Bash to be eliminated first. No one is expecting that LuckyCajun and his team would take out Midnight Bash. We thought Midnight Bash was going to be absolutely crushing it here with their statistics, but we do not know how Jopo's going to do yet, so why don't we go ahead and get ready to get into the next match here and see who will take the lead here. Will Jopo be able to tie it off, or will they start at a deficit? So, I mean, dropships and minions, I knew that was probably going to happen. I was not expecting the 6-star there. I'll be honest, that was actually quite surprising to me. So now Jopo does prefer dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s on the other hand, if I remember correctly, but he also knows cannon carts, he also knows dropships and minions, he also knows baby dragons. He is a very versatile player. That is how we got into the top 10 of the world a few times here. And now, yeah, now we got Jopo who'll be going up against LuckyCajun here, and that'll be starting off very, very soon in roughly 2 minutes. I mean, we saw that attack. I mean, I feel like if they were going to be going up against dropships and minions, they should have probably expected that they were going to have to deal with this. We're going to go look at the replay here just to see. I mean, look at the base here. There's so many air defenses on this side that once they put down 2 dropships, everything is being tanked for, and after that, it's pretty much a done deal. I don't know if this was probably the best base to put here. I mean, I would have probably put the Mega Tesla in the middle instead of the double cannon, but they may have been expecting P.E.K.K.A.s. We saw that's what LuckyCajun used yesterday. And the dropships and the minions, even though he hit some air bombs over here, they still absolutely overpowered the base, giving them a pretty easy 6-star. I'll be honest, this one did not look too complicated, and that was a little unexpected. But now we're into the next match here, and we're going to have LuckyCajun defending now up against Jopo. This one, Jopo needs to start this with a 6-star. We do see him have the baby dragons selected here, and this base is actually quite a difficult base here, especially for baby dragons and cannon carts. And we see now he is switching back to his dropships and P.E.K.K.A. strategy, but he needs to be careful. I believe he's going to probably go up here, but there are a lot of push traps there. If I were him, I don't know if I'd bring the cannon cart here. That's a pretty big risk to do. So, I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting to see whether or not he will find the push trap here. He needs to put his cannon cart at a really weird angle to make sure he avoids it, because in this base, I've been hit by push traps over here many times. He needs to probably pause it. Oh no, I'm a little concerned about how this is going to go. Now, if he does manage to get down the double cannon, that does put him in a good position. We see he's already started the battlecopter all the way over here. And here here's how we know the top players are taking it serious. We see them bringing out dropships. I mean, dropships. A lot of people wish they were banned for the tournament, but we cannot ban a troop that is just so heavy in the meta right now. We're all hoping they'll get nerfed eventually, but look, Jopo seems to avoid any push traps. He is nearly in range of the double cannon. There he goes. He's taking out the double cannon now. And with that, he's going to be able to take out maybe even the 2 double cannons, and that's going to put him in a really nice position. So the battlecopter is just cooking over here. If he can take down the roaster with the battlecopter, that would be huge. But he needs to start in the dropship soon. That is exactly what he's doing. He finds a Tesla. He uses a P.E.K.K.A. ability really quickly to make sure he's not going to get stuck on that Tesla. He needs to take out this next Tesla he found down here. He has not used any of his dropship abilities yet. I don't know if he forgot about them, but that might be a big deal. Now he needs the battlecopter to move in here, take out the Archer Tower. He needs to take down the Mega Tesla. He is tanking for the roaster over here with the P.E.K.K.A. That's really nice. Now he's going to get onto the Mega Tesla. The Mega Tesla is down, and it's looking like Jopo as well is going to fire back immediately with a really solid attack. He has 3 P.E.K.K.As remaining here, and the cannon cart. That is a huge remaining here. I mean, we see that he has so much more remaining. And now it's looking really, really nice for Jopo to keep his team in the running here. I mean, a lot of people were expecting to see dropships today, but this is definitely working a lot better than I think people would have expected it to work. It was definitely risky to use that cannon cart, but you got to remember they're facing elimination here. They can't play it safe. They got to play risky, and that's how this team is going to need to play for the rest of the tournament. They're going to be up against players where they're going to be facing elimination for the entire rest of the tournament here, so it is definitely not a position you want to be in, but you got to just keep playing it risky, and that is exactly what he does here. So we see he has 3 cannon carts selected. Now, there might be a Tesla on this base. I don't know for sure. I mean, let's go ahead and count the defenses. We see there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is a Tesla here somewhere, and it looks like he's just going to waste 2 of his P.E.K.K.As to go test for Teslas. And look, there it is. It's all the way up at the top. Now, he does still have enough here to pick this one off. We did see there were 2 time fails to start off yesterday's match, but hopefully he's going to be avoiding that time fail. He cannot mess up a cannon cart here, and perfect. He pauses his cannon carts immediately. Beautiful. Cannon carts are outranging the cannon. Now he needs to start the next one. There it goes from the very top. He did not need to pause it, and he knows that, so he unpauses it immediately. And we are seeing a really good showing here. He pauses it now, and now he's going to take down 2 cannons, the Crusher. And honestly, yeah, he starts on his battle machine at an angle to make sure it's going to charge up his ability a whole lot. And Jopo got a 1-star to start off the entire tournament yesterday. And now he is coming back for the redemption here. And this was actually a super clean attack here, using the cannon carts, using the dropships and the P.E.K.K.As. I mean, he just was able to swag 2 P.E.K.K.As pretty much. Usually you want to bring Barbarians to test for traps, but he doesn't care. He's going to use 2 whole camp space to test for traps because he knows he doesn't need it. And this is going to be a super clean 6-star here. He's taking out the cannon, going to keep that P.E.K.K.A. alive, tanking for the multi-mortar. And now, with that all out of the way, Jopo is going to be putting his team right back into the running here. It is now 6-6. This was a really impressive start to the match, and this is what you want to see for an elimination match. We see he takes out the multi-mortar, and that is yet another 6-star for Jopo, keeping his team in the running here. I mean, this is so far so good here. We see that Jopo, I know he was probably a little nervous. I mean, in this position, I'd be so nervous, but he was able to still pull it off and make sure that their team is not going to be behind. They got the 2 6-stars now to start off the match, and now SeaSickShrimp will be the one defending. We know SeaSickShrimp is one of the best base builders, best attackers, best defenders, so this is not going to be any easy task for them to take down. Let's go ahead and see. I believe it is going to be Peter who is going to be up against SeaSickShrimp next, and Peter did get a 2-star yesterday, so Peter as well. All these players who have currently attacked are looking to prove themselves and show that they have a spot in this tournament. I mean, we saw Jopo 1-star yesterday, 6-star, beautiful 6-star today. LuckyCajun 97% 2-star today, a 6-star today. We saw Peter now is going to be coming in up against SeaSickShrimp, and I believe that match will be starting here shortly. We don't want to get too massively ahead of schedule here, so we're not going to be starting it too soon, but I think Jopo's match was really, really solid here. Let me go ahead and let them know when to start. There we go. And now we're just going to go ahead and take a look over here at the last attack here. Now, again, a lot of people do dislike the dropships and the P.E.K.K.A.s, and the dropships and the minions, but you got to admit, right now, that is not the time to say which strategy takes more skill. It is the time to 6-star. We saw so many 2-stars yesterday, and you know what we didn't see a lot of yesterday? We did not see a lot of dropships. We saw, really, for the most part, other strategies, but it seems like they're just kind of bringing out the strategies now. We saw this cannon cart. Usually there's push-ups over there. That was very risky, but because he got down one double cannon here, and then we saw the battlecopter get down another double cannon over here, even though he found Teslas that were trapping for dropships over here, we see that it does not really matter because he's still going to get the spots open on the walls. He's still going to be able to take out everything. This P.E.K.K.A. definitely was getting hammered, but he still was even able to keep that P.E.K.K.A. alive here with that battlecopter ability damaging everything up. I mean, the P.E.K.K.A. is just at this point, he was able to take down the Mega Tesla before he got an extra shot off on him, and at this point, when you have this much remaining in the first stage, especially a cannon cart, it's really hard for it to go wrong, and it was definitely a really solid approach there. So now we're just very interested to see how is Peter going to be taking this one off. We're going to go ahead and get into it now. He's up against SeaSickShrimp, and SeaSickShrimp is using a base I've never seen before. We know SeaSickShrimp was building for this tournament, but now I'm a little concerned here because this base is definitely, he has the ground expo, and Peter, we know Peter really enjoys bringing in dropships and minions as well, so the ground expo might be a bad type of decision here, but no, Peter is going with dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s against a ground expo. This is a bad decision, I believe. I don't know for sure. Now, Peter needs to get a 6-star here because if anybody's going to 6-star here, it's going to be SeaSickShrimp. SeaSickShrimp is like the stars of the builder base here, so he definitely is a really menacing one to go against, and we see that SeaSickShrimp is bringing in all the tricks here, bringing out a new base here. This base will probably get stolen immediately after the tournament ends. Now, a really good thing that Peter saw here is that because there's no Air Expo, there's going to be a lot of battlecopter value here. If he can take down this Mega Tesla, which he very well may be able to, that's going to put them in a really solid position, and Shrimp probably didn't predict this. Now let's go see the air firecrackers. I don't think they're in range. I think he's going to outrange the firecrackers, maybe barely. Yeah, he does. So now here comes the dropship. The dropships are all dropping in, and he's pretty solid position here with that battlecopter going to just take out the Mega Tesla. And wow, this was a really good read here. And now here come the dropships breaking over and open everything. And how will he be able to finish this off? I mean, there's a really vicious back end over here. Look at this P.E.K.K.A. getting absolutely shredded here by the lowered archer tower, the giant cannon. The giant cannon shot misses though, and that's actually going to be pretty huge for them. So now it looks like he's going to be able to possibly take this one out with a couple P.E.K.K.A.s remaining here. He's going to use the abilities, I would imagine, at least this ability right there. There we go. And that's going to take out the base here. And he is going into the second stage with this strategy, a very risky approach. And this one might come down to the creators here. And this is really not a position I know the creators want to be in. The creators usually don't want to be the tiebreaker, but I don't think they really have a choice. We're going to have to go ahead and see. We see even I think this is the same second stage, but it's flipped around a little bit. And this one is definitely a difficult second stage with the P.E.K.K.A.s remaining. What they're probably going to want to do is switch to Giants and a Bomber. Although I don't know if they're going to do that. It looks like he has the dropship selected here. And honestly, I don't think that's a really great decision here. But then again, I don't really use dropships a whole lot, so it may not be that big of a deal. So we're going to have to go ahead and see. Will Peter be able to finish off this base here and put the war at 12 stars to start it out? I mean, we saw yesterday, this was not really what we were expecting for this yesterday's tournament was with so many 2-stars. We see Peter is going to be bringing in cannon carts, and this is going to be interesting. I don't know if he has a Tesla here. I don't think he does have a Tesla. So we're just going to see him start in with the cannon cart over here, and now he starts in with another one to take down the double cannon. So now he's looking like he's going to take down a cannon, a double cannon, a crusher, and maybe even another double cannon. Here's a Tesla, though. He has to waste a P.E.K.K.A there, or else that cannon cart would die. So he had to just drop the P.E.K.K.A in. He didn't have a choice there. If he let the cannon cart just full send at the Tesla, it would have been in range of the cannon. He's already on the edge of the cannon. And we thought there were no Teslas here. I think I just didn't count, and I was wrong. There was just a Tesla waiting to be found, and that's going to trip up everything here. So now we're going to just let the cannon carts work for a little bit. He has 3 corner buildings, and look, the battle machine is going to take out 2. That is actually a really, really good placement for the battle machine. Usually with the battle machine, it's only going to take out 1 corner building, but he's able to maneuver it so it gets to both of them. And now he's finding some traps over here. It looks like this was a predicted approach. The Gobos units are going to be a real big nuisance for him to deal with. Now he's going to be in range. He needs to pause. That cannon cart is in range of the... Oh no, it's in range of the double cannon and the multi-mortar. This is not looking like it's going to be a 6-star here. And now it's really going to come down to the creators. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to have to see if he's going to be able to at least get a high 5-star here. We know he's going to get down the builder hall. Look, that cannon cart goes in range too. Does it get out of range? It does. Yes, it does barely go out of range with the cannon, but that doesn't really matter. It's still going to be, unfortunately, a 2-star, and that cannon cart mistake over there may have completely tripped it up here. So, sorry, a 5-star. The mistake there definitely is going to trip him up, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a low 5-star too, a 167% 5-star. So now it is going to be up to SeaSickShrimp to make sure he's going to put his team in the lead here, and it looks like they're going to all pretty much go in immediately. And we may have to wait a little bit for Sir Moose. I know Sir Moose is going to be a little bit late here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that he's aware that he'll be on soon. Sir Moose is on a car trip right now, and he's going to have to attack in the car just to make sure that he can make it here. Unfortunately, he just couldn't make it for the first couple days super well. But now we see Peter is defending against SeaSickShrimp. SeaSickShrimp has dropships and minions selected. Is SeaSickShrimp going to show us how it's done with dropships and minions? Or is he going to switch to a new strategy? I mean, we see there's a free roaster over here, but I don't know if he's going to go for it. We see he's bringing in a cannon cart already. Ooh, this one's kind of tense. I know SeaSickShrimp is feeling the pressure here. If anybody gets a 2-star here at this point, it is pretty much over. The only people who can get 2-stars here are the creators. And look, he's bringing in minions, cannon carts. Oh no, here comes the archers. The archers, baby dragons, and a cannon cart. So I'm guessing the archers are going to go take down the roaster over here, and then the baby dragons will finish off the rest of the base. That is what I have to assume. But, you know, you never know. SeaSickShrimp is very unpredictable. That's what makes him so good. So I'm kind of unsure as to how he's going to approach this. We're just going to have to give it a second. And now he starts to look at this. He finds a push trap and a Tesla. He's going to be going for, oh, even better. How did I not see this? He's going to go for the lowered archer tower and the roaster here. And he's just testing for push traps now. He clearly already found 1 push trap, which makes me a little nervous. But he does. And look, that is what I mean when you say put your cannon carts in a weird spot. He puts his cannon carts in one of the weirdest spots we've seen in a little bit. That's going to take out the roaster and the lowered archer tower. A really solid start for SeaSickShrimp already. And now we're going to have to go ahead and see how he's going to finish this off. He's using the archers to go ahead and secure some of the pathing here. He's taking down the laboratory. I don't know if he's going to get it all the way. And here comes the battlecopter from the very corner. This is a really solid start from SeaSickShrimp. Already showing us some pretty cool tricks. Outranging everything here. I mean, we got him on the edge, kind of, not yet. I mean, Sscion, yesterday we saw he was on the edge of everything, but we're going to go ahead and see the battlecopter is going to charge up. It'll be in range of the air expo soon. He needs to take down this archer tower to get into a good position here. And we saw that, I don't think he was expecting for that lava launcher to attack his archer. Unfortunately, it was in range, so he's working on the lowered archer tower now. And we're going to have to go ahead and see how he'll finish off the base here. He's probably going to send a baby dragon straight into the Mega Tesla. We see one coming from the corner right now. It's going to get hit a little bit by that lowered archer tower, but he's going to just take that. He's not going to worry about it. We find a Tesla. Is that going to take... Oh no, this could be bad. The baby dragon gets distracted by the Tesla. Now he's going for it. He's going to go use the ability onto the Mega Tesla. He's going to lose another baby dragon to that other Tesla in the corner. And he's finding some bombs, but even still, it looks like he's going to survive with 2 baby dragons. I mean, yesterday we saw that he had all 3 baby dragons remaining, but even with the cannon cart and baby dragons, SeaSickShrimp is looking really good to go ahead and get a 6-star here. And this is going to put our first match here already at 11 stars to 12 stars, meaning the creator needs to clutch up here. I mean, let's go ahead and see where they're going to go in from. He has 1 cannon cart selected and 2 baby dragons. And this one is definitely way closer than we saw the last attack from SeaSickShrimp. I mean, SeaSickShrimp's last attack, he had 5 baby dragons. This one he has 4, and they don't all have the ability. And he only has 1 cannon cart. He had 2 cannon carts last time. Definitely going to be closer here, but SeaSickShrimp, again, he's so versatile. He should be able to pull this off. He's probably going to put the cannon cart to take out a firecracker, maybe this one or this one up here. I'm not sure. He's definitely taking all his time here to think, where does he want to put this? And this is definitely going to be a really, he needs to pull this off. He cannot make a single mistake. We already see that one mistake pretty much is a fail. So SeaSickShrimp needs to go perfect here and make sure he does not make any mistakes here. This is, again, an elimination match, so he cannot make a mistake. He immediately starts the battle copter. That's interesting. Usually you wait a little bit for that, so I'm wondering what his plan is here. And now, where is he going to put his cannon cart? He has it still selected, so I imagine he has a good idea of where he wants it. And he starts it. Okay, this is interesting. He's going to go for the mortar firecracker. I guess he's just trying to avoid traps. This is the more unlikely firecracker to go for. If he gets locked in onto this barbarian, that could be very bad for him. So he's not going to risk it, but okay, he's not locked in yet. Now, here he goes. The battlecopter is going to follow that barbarian. This could be really, really bad if it goes too far into the base. Luckily, it doesn't. And now he is outranging everything that's left here. And this one is kind of looking a little closer than you would really expect. I mean, he's starting in the baby dragon now. He needs to take down this firecracker. He probably needs to put a baby dragon on that one too. He's going to use the baby dragon ability there. And now here comes the next baby dragon. Yep, full health baby dragon coming in onto that next firecracker because it is getting tanked for. And now where he's looking in a much better position, he has the battlecopter ability here. And I don't think time will be an issue because of that battlecopter ability. So a baby dragon is going to go towards the crusher. He's going to use the next baby dragon probably on that firecracker. There it goes, taking out one of the corner buildings. And with that, SeaSickShrimp is looking like he's going to put his team at 12 stars total here, going perfect. This is the first 2 6 stars in a row we've seen in the entire tournament here. And now it's going to be kind of down to the creators here. Sir Moose is going to have to come and hopefully get into the second stage. That is all he can ask for. He needs to get a 3-star here to give his team a real good shot. But then again, if Clash Bashing gets a 1-star, it is all but over. So it'll be very interesting to see how they're going to pull this one off here. I mean, we see that there's 5 stars to 2 6 stars. This is going to be very interesting. Let's go ahead. Sir Moose is online. And we're going to see him going in versus Bash soon. Now, I mean, it's kind of fun to put the creators up against each other. I mean, I know they all kind of know each other. But it's kind of fun to see, like, it's kind of fun to see the creators kind of going at each other, you know. Like, JudoSloth versus CarbonFin yesterday was pretty fun to watch. So Sir Moose, again, he is traveling in the car. We're hoping he doesn't get a disconnection. He needs to actually do well here to make sure his team is going to win. This is the closest match we have seen yet today. So we're having the little bit of a nervous match going into this. I'll be a little nervous if I was in his position here because you do not want to mess up. But, I mean, this is an elimination match as well, so he will not be in. We already saw one of the players from his team left the clan, either because he has to do a clan war or because he doesn't really think they're going to win. We're not really sure which one's which. But they're getting in ready to attack. Sir Moose hopefully is going to be able to put his clan into a good position. And while we're waiting for that, we have a really nice match coming up soon. It's going to be Goated versus Children of Otto, and this one's going to be a really fun one to watch. I'm really excited for this one, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves. We still have Sir Moose, who, again, Sir Moose does have a number 70 finish in the entire builder base at the beginning of 2.0. So it's not like this is as new to him as a lot of other people, but even still, it's going to be very challenging for him to get to the second stage. I mean, Clash Bashing has some of the best bases you can get here. A lot of the meta bases were built by SeaSickShrimp, among other people, so given that he has a lot of these great bases that he can give to his creator, it's going to make it a lot more difficult for Sir Moose. And, you know, they're going to be trapping for Sir Moose as well. They know what Attack C likes to do, so they're not going to take it easy on him. They, again, maybe in the first day there we saw a lot of fails, we saw a lot of worse attacks, but in the second day it's going to be all for blood. They can't have fun. They can't just sit around and do fun attacks, and they can't be nice to the creators. They gotta go in for it completely. So we're gonna go ahead and see how Moose will do. You can go ahead and take your votes here as to who you think is gonna win. And I mean, it's definitely really close. Anything can happen here. If Sir Moose gets a 6-star, and that's pretty much the end of the match for Clash Bashing's team here. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how much training he got, and we'll have to see whether or not it will pay off. His match should start here in a little bit. So why don't we go ahead and look at what our next match is going to be. We're going to have Goated, which is the team that sent Midnight Bash to the losers bracket, which has Owe Fury, Alvaro845, and Noseboy. And these are really solid players again. Owe Fury with a number 2 finish, Noseboy, an excellent base builder who has a number 42 finish, and Alvaro, who has nearly 5,000 trophies. But on the other side, we got Children of Auto, which is going to have Galaxy O, who has a number 6 finish, Sscion, who has a number 1 finish, and Beaker's Lab, who has around 4,400 trophies in the builder base. I mean, this is a pretty fair match, I would say. Now, there might be a little bit of rivalry here. We know Sscion and Fury both pushed against each other in the season that Sscion got the number 1 finish. But even still, they should all be friends. They all like each other. So, I mean, it's not going to be too dramatic, but it will be kind of cool to see them face off once again. And with that, we are nearly going to be getting into the next match here, hoping that Sir Moose doesn't have a disconnect and that he can bring his team to some sort of justice. Let's go ahead and see if they're getting into it. Here they go, and let's go see how this goes. Sir Moose up against, we saw this base up against Noseboy, and he's bringing in dropships and minions. I mean, we saw his teammates really like the dropships and minions. So, will they work for him here? What they need, they absolutely need a 3-star or more to put them into the running here. You see, Hypnotized Minds is only 1-star behind Midnight Bash. So this is going to really come down to Clash Bashing, unless there's a 1-star, but it looks like there's not going to be, and he's full sending it. Here come the minions. He's sending the dropships to the minions, and I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'll be honest, he needs to put down another dropship really quickly, and he didn't put it down quite soon enough, but look, the dropships in the corner are somehow tanking for the minions here. That's going to let the minions go take down the Archer Tower. There's a huge air bomb that he finds, though. That's going to take out some minions. Here comes the Battlecopter, and the Battlecopter is going to, not tank for everything quite yet. Look, the Battlecopter is not doing what he needs to do, and I don't know how well this one's going to go. Now he gets the 2-star, and this doesn't mean that they lose yet. They are still in this match here. It's just going to be a little more difficult for them to win. We need Clash Bashing to make a pretty monstrous mistake if they want a shot here, and it's looking like Hypnotized Minds here is facing a really big risk of elimination. Unfortunately, the dropships does not go how we wanted them to go. I guess at least that shows you that they're not completely spammable, but a very unfortunate match. So, we'll have to go see. We'll have to go see how Clash Bashing is going to go up against him now. I mean, we know Clash Bashing, he's done a lot of practice. We saw him use the Pekkas yesterday, and he did get an 80% 2-star. And all Clash Bashing needs here, I believe, is a 2-star. A 2-star will win the match for them, and this is definitely a position you want to be in as Clash Bashing, man. I mean, Clash Bashing, you don't want to be in a position where you need a 6-star or anything, so a 2-star, that should be not too difficult. It's going to be coming in here in a second, and this will be determining who's going to win this. And yeah, SeaSickShrimp in chat saying that he trapped this base for dropship and minions in that most pros 2-star, trying to let Sir Moose know not to beat himself up too much about it. I mean, again, I told you these players are using meta bases here. They're using some of the best bases we've seen, and now it looks like Sir Moose is going to go ahead and post his base, and it's going to be up to Clash Bashing. All he needs to do is get 2 stars. It should be pretty simple. And look, he's using one of the most common bases in the builder base right now. And this is going to be a difficult one for dropship and Pekkas in my experience. But again, Clash Bashing is on a call right now with his team. We know that they're planning everything out right now. So how will they pull this one off? If he can get a dropship on the air bombs, a dropship on the Mega Tesla, and a dropship on the double cannon, that would be the perfect scenario. But you never know if that's actually going to work out. We're going to have to go ahead and see whether or not the dropships will actually get there. I mean, we saw with Jopo's attack, there were a lot of dropships that popped up on Teslas, and they just didn't get all the way to the wall. So we see Battlecopter starting all the way over here. This is pretty smart. That's going to take down the Archer Tower, and then if he sends in a dropship too, it could possibly take down the Roaster and the double cannon. So I believe they trained a little bit with the battlecopter to make sure that they were understanding how to maximize value from it. So this is already going into this a pretty smart way to begin, but will it work out? So he's going to go ahead, take down the Archer Tower. He will be in range of the Air Expo here, so he needs to keep that in mind. I don't know how much he knows about that. He needs to start in a dropship really soon, if not. Oh, look at that dropship, perfectly timed. That's actually an amazing timing. Here's his first Tesla, though. He's probably going to use P.E.K.K.A ability. There goes that Tesla. While Clash Bashing is showing us how it's done, he needs to use his dropship ability real soon. Here's the next Tesla, and he's not going to get to that Mega Tesla. We need that dropship ability now, and unfortunately, he didn't put down the dropship ability soon enough, so it is going to walk all the way around, and it does go back in. Thankfully, he gets down the Giant Cannon, and now, how is he going to get to that Mega Tesla? Battlecopter is not going to get him there. We do have the skeletons tanking here, and this is looking actually super good right now. Unfortunately, the P.E.K.K.As are walking around. There is a corner building, but now, okay, P.E.K.K.A gets boosted to the corner building. And look, the skeletons. The skeletons might take even another shot here. Look at that. That's going to keep the P.E.K.K.As maybe quite healthy. And Clash Bashing is going to be the second creator in the entire tournament here to get to the second stage. A really good showing by Midnight Bash here. This is exactly what you want to see. If they were to somehow manage to get the perfect war, that would be absolutely insane. I mean, again, a lot of people are not expecting the creators to be the strong link here, but right now, Clash Bashing is absolutely showing us how his training is pulled off, like how much he has learned from there, how much the training has paid off. I mean, this was an absolutely crazy attack to see Clash Bashing use here. And especially with that perfect dropship timing, now we're going to have to see him take down the second stage. He has cannon carts. Cannon carts are one of the hardest troops to use, but that does not mean it's going to be impossible. He has to send them both from the corner here to go take down at the this cannon, double cannon, and auto outpost. That's probably the best place, but he also needs to take down the crushers. I mean, there's not any beautiful place here to go send in the cannon carts. I mean, I'm going to be very interested to see where Bash decides to do it. Again, Clash Bashing is going to be in a call right now with all of his creators, all of his players here, training him, telling him exactly what he should probably do. What Clash Bashing is going in with an approach SeaSickShrimp would use. He paused the cannon carts. He did not need to do that. Now he needs to pause them, no, right about now. Yep, beautiful. He's going to take out the autos outpost exactly like I told you. That's exactly where he probably needed to go. And now he needs to make sure he's going to take down these zappies, but this is so far not looking like that bad of an attack. I mean, with all things considered, he did not need to use that P.E.K.K.A there, and he does need to use the cannon carts, except I guess they're going to splash out all the zappies. That was actually really cool. But now here comes the cannon carts. He needs to get in range of the double cannon. Battle machine has already started. There's not 3 corner buildings here. There's only 2. He needs to take down that double cannon, and look at him go. He's onto the double cannon now, and now the biggest threats here are the crushers. And if he can get over to this crusher real fast, that's going to put him in a really nice position here. I don't know if this is going to necessarily be a 6-star yet, though. I mean, it may not be the perfect war we were hoping for. Let's see, ability immediately onto the crusher. There we go. And, I mean, well, whoa. He might take down the multi-mortar here. He does not get the chain. The chain somehow completely dodges it. But look, multi-mortar is getting tanked over here by the P.E.K.K.A. Look at the P.E.K.K.A is going to go through the wall. Wait a second. We might be seeing the first ever perfect war here in the tournament. I mean, this was not an easy base. This is not a joke base. Clash Bashing is going to be coming out here and showing us how his training has paid off. We saw that they got how many stars? I think 8 stars yesterday. Now they're going to be getting 18 stars to start off this war. The very first perfect war, a beautiful showing of skill from Midnight Bash, an absolutely crazy attack, and that was such a great skill show for Clash Bashing as well. I mean, that's going to be it. That's it. There's no chance. That was all they could do. I mean, even if Sir Moose got a 6-star, the perfect war from Midnight Bash is going to put them into the lead here. Absolutely a crazy attack. I mean, if we go ahead and we go see his attack here, I mean, that was such a cool way for him to go at it. I mean, we saw that he is going to go for the Archer Tower, and with that, I just want you to see the timing here, because I didn't know if you would know this or realize this, but this battlecopter was so close to being in range of the Air Expo, so he immediately tosses in the dropship, and now the dropship is going to tank for everything. He did not use the ability too soon, which is unfortunate. That definitely was a mistake, but even the P.E.K.K.A ability on the Tesla definitely putting him in a good position here. And then this is, even though he found a Tesla, got trapped here, could not take down the Mega Tesla, he just had such an overpowered approach here, it didn't really matter. And we see that 600%, 18 stars, Clash Bashing, and Midnight Bash, all as a team, are absolutely destroying the competition now. Now they are looking like the team to beat. We saw Itzu got a 6-star, but even they did not get the perfect war. So with that, all the dropship and minion players who really were in here are definitely out. The skeletons, look at the skeletons doing some beautiful tanking here for the P.E.K.K.A.s. That's going to keep them nice and healthy. And even the second stage, like the second stage had a few mistakes, and even still, it was a pretty overkill second stage. He did better than many of the top players that we saw here, and that was just definitely unexpected. I was not expecting Clash Bastion to come out here and immediately get a 6-star. So let's go ahead and see. He goes and starts the P.E.K.K.A. here to tank for everything. He's going to take out the cannon, and then even with a slight mistake, he did not need to put a P.E.K.K.A. in front of his cannon carts here. But even with that mistake here, he does take out all the Zappies in a really nice quick succession like this. Everything's gone, and then now it is all of these cannon carts. We see him get so much cannon cart value. There is a Tesla up top. I want you to pay attention to this P.E.K.K.A. ability too. This was such a perfect P.E.K.K.A. ability. I mean, it's going to go in. Right now, the multi-mortar is going on to the P.E.K.K.A. here, meaning his cannon carts are free to go. But we see the P.E.K.K.A. ability takes down everything and makes it so the P.E.K.K.A. is now going to beat through the wall, go for the cannon, and that was it. That was the first perfect war we have seen in this match. I mean, we already knew this would be a very difficult match for Hypnotized Minds. I mean, we saw they SeaSickShrimp, 3-time #1 player, among other players, but definitely a crazy match to see to start this one off. So now, with that match out of the way, we're going to be getting ready to go into the next match here, which is going to be goated. That is right, Owe Fury, the #2 player in the world, 2-time number player in the world, up against let's see, who are they up against? They're up against Children of Otto, who's going to have the #1 player in the world, Sscion. That is not the right team. Going to have the #1 player in the world, Sscion, who has a really solid top finish. He is also currently #4 in the world. They're also going to be up against Galaxio, who has a #6 finish in the world, and Beaker's Lab. We know Beaker's done a lot of training, but goated, they are actually surprisingly doing a lot of training too. I've seen them in calls all morning here with their creator, Alvaro845. And I'm going to be very interested to see how Alvaro is going to do with this new training he's got. I mean, we see Willem as well. Willem is an amazing base builder. I think one of the best base builders in the game right now. He is as well a top player, best finisher, #42 in the world. So this is definitely going to be a pretty interesting match to see. I mean, with Noseboy and Owe Fury, they did beat SeaSickShrimp and Midnight Bash yesterday with some just really solid bases. We know Owe Fury is also a really big base builder here. So it's going to be interesting. I know Children of Otto do not have a base builder. In fact, their only base builder was me. I built a couple bases for them. And I'm very interested. I know Owe Fury absolutely hates dropships and minions. So I'm feeling like they did not teach the creator dropships or minions. But I don't know if Hypnotized Minds is going to be expecting that. Hypnotized Minds might think that they probably taught them a pretty skillless strategy here. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they go with here. But now, with everything all considered, we are nearly going to be going into the very next attack here, very next match. Let's go ahead and see when this will be starting. It looks like it's nearly up. And yeah, I believe all we're going to have going in here is going to be Galaxio first. But let's go ahead and see who the next match is. It's going to go show you guys the bracket, and we're going to go just organize the next match. All right, and we will be starting this in a little bit here, but the match starts in roughly 10 minutes, so you can take a break if you want to. And what we're going to be doing while this is going on is we're just going to be watching some other top players just doing some friendly, not really friendly attacks. These are top players in the leaderboard pushing. We're just going to be watching some of these attacks here while we're waiting, just to kind of get an idea of what we can expect to see from these players. I mean, this one is going to be Azo. Azo's a pretty solid player. Just going to make sure that no one's setting matches earlier during the during the tournament, we saw a lot of the matches getting kind of rushed here, which definitely put us at a different, quicker schedule, and not all the creators can be here on that schedule. So we're going to be seeing a lot of quick attacks in quick succession, but that might end us up with a little bit of extra time here. So just to fill that gap here, we're going to be looking at how top players are using dropship and minis. I mean, this top player, I believe, is I think top 10 in the world. He was number 1 in the world for a good point here with dropships and minions. Now, a lot of people are really hoping they're going to get nerfed here, but I'm kind of, no, I do hope they get nerfed. I'm pretty indifferent. But I mean, we do see that the dropships and minions are just so strong. I mean, look, he is just taking the whole first minute of this just for no reason, just to set up the attack. I mean, this is why dropships and minions are so hated in the community. But, I mean, we do still, regardless, we are going to see him go in here with the dropships and minions and absolutely crush it. And I feel like they definitely should be nerfed. I mean, I don't think that any strategy where you can just spam everything down should really be in the builder base, especially with the new meta. But I mean that kind of makes you wonder, like, was LuckyCajun's attack, or yeah, LuckyCajun, was that really skillful or was it not? I mean, we saw Sir Moose struggled a big part up against SeaSickShrimp's base here with the dropships and the minions. So clearly it's not just a easy spam 6-star. It's not necessarily, look how many bombs he just hit. He just lost all his minions. It's not necessarily a truly skillless attack, but even still, it is just way too broken for the top of the leaderboard. So I'm hoping they're going to get pretty nerfed soon. But we will be seeing, hopefully in the next match here, not too much of it. We know that a lot of the creators, they did learn dropships and minions because they didn't want to have to take the time to learn all the newer matches, new strategies. Actually, that is why it's so impressive that Clash Bashing not only learned dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s instead, he also learned how to use cannon carts enough to get a 6-star there. So I mean, that was a pretty solid composition for there. I mean, I was really impressed here. I'm really glad that we could see the first perfect war. And this really, what, he just places all his dropships in one place. This is why I hate this strategy. It's probably, I don't know if this is gonna work. I really hope it doesn't, because it would be pretty weird if it does. But I mean, I'm really glad we could get the first perfect war from Midnight Bash. I mean, obviously they're one of the most menacing teams here. The HP nerfs, yeah, someone said that HP nerf is probably what they need. They absolutely need an HP. I mean, look at this. He placed all his dropships in the same place, and okay, that was a really bad battlecopter ability. He's probably going to mess up because of that now. That was like the only mistake I've seen. But all of his dropships in the same place, and you know, the top players, they don't want to face him because he always 6-stars them. I mean, even still, he used a terrible battlecopter ability, and he's still going to nearly get a 6-star here. He might, wait, he's going to get a, this is why they need to be nerfed. I mean, you shouldn't be able to just spam everything in one spot and still get a 6-star here. I'm hoping, I don't know what they would do to fix it though. I mean, obviously the HP nerf would be pretty good. I think the ability range is pretty overpowered. They should not be able to like hit every building in a compartment. But yeah, he's going to get a 6-star. And this is going to be Azzo, everybody, one of the top players in the leaderboard here. We can go ahead and see if we have any other players we can go stock here. We have FJB, one of the players in the Creator Cup. So why don't we go get a good view of him? I know yesterday he got a... Sorry, I didn't mean to show you your 5-star FJB. Yesterday he got a 2-star, and it looks like he's definitely doing a little bit of practice here. He actually failed up against Azzo, the guy we were just watching. So Azzo's going to be gaining some trophies here with that beautiful dropship minion gameplay. And we see him in, once again, I'm going to see if anyone else will be here. We see Henri. Henri is also a dropship player. So it'll be very interesting to see how he's going to do it. And look, Henri's going to go get a solid 6-star. I think he has 2 P.E.K.K.A.s alive, 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, 2 cannon carts. So Henri, he got a 5-star yesterday. One of the best finishing scores of all the top players. So let's go ahead and see how he's going to do in this next one. Oh wait, Fury, I guess Fury, let's see, he's practicing. This is the base I built, actually, that got moved around a little bit. So while we're waiting for Fury to actually be in chat, we're going to have to go ahead and see how he's going to do it. I'm going to see if he... yeah, I know he's watching. FJB says, don't watch me. We're going to go see how Fury does. Fury's going to be bringing in the cannon carts with baby dragons. Again, Fury is going to be actually one of the players playing here in just a second, so this is a good idea to get a good idea of how good he's going to be and what his skills looking like. I mean, obviously Fury, he has 2 number 2 finishes in the world, so a number 2 finish, a number 3 finish. Now, he didn't really like that it didn't explain how he got those finishes, so we can go into the history here. Basically, OA Fury, In 3 seasons back, he got banned for 2 days at the end of the season, and he was not able to finish off the season, so he got a number 3 finish. And then the season after that, the season where Sscion got a number 1 finish, Fury fell asleep and did not wake up to his alarm because he's in France, so everything is a little later for him. He did not wake up, so he got number 2 again because he did not finish his pushing. And okay, Fury, this maybe I shouldn't spectate Fury. And then to finish this one off, Fury last season, he was number 1 nearly the entire season. The last 2 days of the season, SeaSickShrimp came back and just snagged that number 1 finish. I mean, it didn't really take much. So Fury definitely, I think, has one of the worst luck in the entire builder base. I mean, 3 top 3 finishes, 2 top 2 finishes, maybe in a row here. Some people don't feel bad for him, but a lot of people feel bad for him. I mean, I can't imagine pushing an entire season only to get number 2. I mean, we see here, even though Fury's attack kind of went terribly, he's still going to be able to pull this one off pretty well. So there is the history of Fury, if anybody was wondering how he has so many top 2 finishes. Let's go ahead and see. How is he going to finish? I mean, you better not fail this. He needs to take down an army camp. Oh, he might. He's probably going to time fail, right? Wait a second. Yo, he gets a 1 second remaining. Okay, I was a little nervous. I was worried that I would have just completely messed up here and shown Fury getting a time fail. I mean, we already showed FJB getting a 5-star, but let me see Fury finding a Tesla over here. This is just Fury attacking in the leaderboards here. I mean, he was probably got to be top 10. So, I mean, it'll be very, very interesting to see. But with that, we're almost 2 minutes away from the next match here. So we got to get ready to go ahead and look back at who we got. We got goated players. Owe Fury's probably going to 6-star that, I'll be honest. We have goated players. This team has Owe Fury, who we're just 6-star this base here, along with Noseboy. And Owe Fury, as we just talked about, 3 top 3 finishes, 2 number 2 finishes, and he is one of the best players in the builder base. He definitely has played more than most anyone else in the entire builder base. And then additionally, we have Noseboy. Noseboy is one of the best base builders in the builder base right now. And along with that, he also is a top player himself with a number 42 finish. And lastly, we have Alvaro845, a creator who he got a pretty high 2-star yesterday. I think he got the highest 2-star of anybody. And he is looking to show why he got that 2-star. I mean, he used baby dragons, which is actually one of the more skillful strategies in the builder base right now, and he was still able to get nearly a 3-star, sorry. So that's going to be pretty impressive. But additionally, we also are going to see them up against Children of Otto. This is a pretty solid team. I think they got one of the highest scores yesterday with Galaxy O, Sscion. Sscion even used Noah's Ark to finish it off, still getting nearly a 6-star. And Beaker's Lab has done a lot of training. This team is definitely one of the most communicative teams. I mean, they talk all the time. They're in calls all the time. And I'm really excited to see how they're going to do. I mean, we saw Beaker's Lab. He got a 75% 2-star yesterday. So he's definitely looking to show him a little bit of redemption there. I mean, we saw Clash Bashing. He got a 2-star yesterday, a 6-star today. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that pulls off. And this is the winner's bracket. Last team, we saw Hypnotize get eliminated. Hypnotize Minds, unfortunately, will not be in the tournament anymore. But they had a good run here. They did try their best, so we can't be too upset by that. And I know that they're not too upset either. I mean, they enjoyed playing. It's all around a fun experience. So it looks like it is nearly time to start. Let's go ahead and let me go see who attacks first. Let's go see. It's going to be Galaxy up against Fury. Let's go let them know to post up. And now it's going to be time. So I don't know who you guys think is going to win this match. I mean, obviously, go-to players is looking like a super strong team to take out here. But additionally, Beaker's team is also really solid. So we're into the first attack now of this match, and it is going to be Owe Fury defending against Ollie. And one thing I'll let you guys know is if they lose this match, they are not eliminated from the tournament. They're just going to go down to the loser's bracket. It was a little confusing for top players who were participating. They thought they would just be eliminated. No, it's just you get pushed down a bracket. But still, you guys still want to win here. Of course, they have redemption they will still be going to day 3 guaranteed. But even with that, if they get a win here, they're going to be going to day 4, I believe. So they are really hoping to just get a easy secured ticket to day 4, and we're going to see Galaxy up against Fury. This base is quite difficult, actually. It's an anti-cannon card base, but Galaxy is not bringing in cannon cards, it doesn't look like. And what he may want to do is like go with P.E.K.K.A.s, to be honest. I mean, this base, P.E.K.K.A. dropship would absolutely take down this base. I mean, obviously, it's a little less of a skillful approach, but look, he's bringing in a dropship, not P.E.K.K.A. dropship, and this dropship will probably go in with the battlecopter to go take down some of these buildings on the inside. Look at this go. It's going to start on the builder hall. That's going to get him some pretty easy percentage there. It's going to charge up the battlecopter ability. There are no corner buildings. So he's going to go to the builder hall, he's going to go take out the archer tower, and he's not going to be in range of anything. And then with the dropship, he could probably take out the air bombs and the Mega Tesla maybe. And then with 5 baby dragons remaining here, this could be an absolutely overkill attack. So OA Fury, I think, was expecting for Ollie to go in with some cannon cards here, which is why he uses base. This base is one of the most difficult bases versus cannon cards, but even still, it's looking pretty solid. Let's go ahead and see. All right, here we go. Here's the first dropship ability that's going to help take down the air bombs. Now he's starting in on the roaster up top, and look at him go. He's just rushing through his base. 2 baby dragon abilities will take down the Mega Tesla, and wow, he is absolutely going for it. But look, he is, oh wow, this one's looking so solid. I thought he made a mistake. I was wrong. He has 3 baby dragons now going into the next stage, and he's probably going to maybe lose 1 to this Tesla over here. But not even. I mean, if he can get that battlecopter to Tesla, he won't. No, he will be losing 1 baby dragon. But he's still swagging a baby dragon ability, swagging a baby dragon still. And this is a beautiful attack you want to start off here. He's going to try and get his battlecopter to the maxed ability. There we go. That's going to put him back at full health. And this is exactly what you want to see to start off the match. It's looking like it might be yet another 6-star. And now we're going to have to go ahead and see how is Galaxy going to finish this one off. The second stage is very hard. We saw SeaSickShrimp using it. If he could use cannon carts and go take out some of the firecrackers, that would be huge, but I don't know if that's what he wants to do. What you would probably want to do is take out maybe these firecrackers here. I mean, we saw there was a Tesla on the space that Shrimp used, so there's probably going to be a Tesla here somewhere as well. So Galaxy needs to make sure he's not going to find that Tesla here. He's going to have to take a risk here, but we saw Galaxy got a 6-star yesterday for his team, and it's looking like he's starting out today with another pretty solid attack. It's at least going to be a 5-star, and that honestly is not going to be a really bad position to put yourself in as Galaxy's team. Like, we know OA Fury probably is going to be able to get a 6-star here. He's one of the best players in this tournament. And Noseboy as well nearly got a 6-star yesterday. They both got 190% 5-stars. So here comes the cannon cart. It's going to start over there. He's putting down both of them, and this is going to be a little risky. So look at this. He's putting space in between his cannon carts, so if he finds any traps, he's not going to have to deal with it. And that way only 1 cannon cart will die. So that's a really smart decision. He is now going to go after the guard post units. He puts his cannon carts into the cannon mode immediately to go take that out real quick. He is looking completely fine here. And he's, oh, there's some bombs. That's not what he was looking to find. Battlecopters coming from the other side. And this might, I don't know if this is the best position for the battlecopter, because it's going to get caught onto the gold storage. And I think that might be in range of the firecracker. Yes, it is. Now he has to sacrifice the baby dragon to keep that battlecopter alive here. It's definitely not what you would really want to see happen, but even still, he's going to take down the firecracker. Somehow the baby dragon is not raged up, and he's really hoping to start this match off with a 5-star, a 6-star, but it's looking like he might end up with a 5-star. He needs to start in another baby dragon from this corner as soon as he can. He opts to send it in over here instead. You know, that's not the worst decision. He does not use the ability on anything, though. Now he needs to take down this cannon, but look, he accidentally put his cannon cart into the range of a cannon. That's going to be maybe a dead cannon cart. Oh, barely loses the cannon cart. He still has to get to a corner building too, and now he's in range of the multi-mortar. He needs to move that cannon cart, and this is looking like it's not over yet, but it is looking like it's probably not going to be a 6-star. If he can get the battlecopter ability here, and he does start using the battlecopter ability, you know, he might be able to pull this one off. He has to use the battlecopter ability to get to this corner camp as fast as possible. I know Fury's going to be upset if he does end up pulling off the 6-star here, but it is looking super close. Obviously, you want a 6-star to finish this off, and that's looking like exactly what he's going to get here. He's going to be the 6-star. He's going to use the battlecopter ability, quickly get to that corner building, and it may have not been the cleanest attack. The second stage definitely didn't have the most troops left over. That is still a 6-star to start off the match here, putting Otto's Children definitely in the lead here, and that is exactly what you're hoping to see as Otto's Children. A beautiful start here, even though it may have not necessarily been the most overkill at the end of it, it is still a beautiful second stage and to pull off, and I wouldn't be upset if I were him. It may not be the craziest second stage. I wouldn't be upset. I mean, a 6-star is a 6-star. So now we're going to be seeing OA Fury, and OA Fury, I believe, is going to be attacking. Why don't we go ahead and take a look here? He's going to be attacking Galaxy. He's going to be getting some revenge for himself, and that is going to be happening here in just a few minutes, or at least, nope, never mind, it's happening right now. As I said, they kind of rushed the attacks a little bit. So we got everyone hyping up Fury here, and now it is time to see how he can fare against Galaxy. I mean, this base here, this is a very annoying base, but up against Fury, Fury definitely knows how to take this one down. This is not a new base whatsoever. I mean, this base has been around in the meta for, I mean, we saw, who used it? I think Sir Moose used this base even, right? I mean, this base has been in the meta for forever, so it's definitely not going to be the most difficult base for Fury, but what we don't know, though, is that Galaxio probably has trapped it up against Fury, so anything can happen here. We don't know how it's going to work out. We don't know how Fury's going to do. We don't know whether it's going to go good or bad, and he's bringing in drop ships. I don't know why he's doing that. Oh, he's going with drop ships and P.E.K.K.A.s. Well, no one would have expected this because Fury hates dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s. He tells you how bad of a player you are if you use them. So Fury playing some mind games here. He's going to go in with the strategy everyone knows he hates just to make sure he's not going to have an issue. And now we're going to go ahead and see. He's going to go in for the gold storage with the battlecopter. That's going to let him go and attack the Mega Tesla. And now he's going to go for the Garpos units first things first. And is looking really, really solid here. So if he can take down the Mega Tesla, that'll be really good. He's probably going to sacrifice a dropship to get in there. He better not put his battlecopter into the range of the Air Expo, though. That's going to put him in a really bad position if he does. And look, he's following the Barbarian. His battlecopter is going to die super early. It's in range of the Mega Tesla. It's in range because it got caught onto the Barbarian. And OA Fury is not looking good to start this one out here. He is not looking like he's going to get down that Mega Tesla. And that Mega Tesla staying alive is going to be a huge issue here. That was so unfortunate with that Barbarian just distracting the battlecopter. And now the Mega Tesla is going to survive here. And now OA Fury needs to pull this one off. He is still not looking bad. He takes down the double giant cannon. He still has his P.E.K.K.A.s alive, but they're going to walk around the base. There is no corner building anymore. But look at this compartment. This is such a deadly compartment with this lowered archer tower at full health. And this Mega Tesla is going to absolutely beat up his P.E.K.K.A.s. Look, a giant bomb is hopefully going to kill that P.E.K.K.A. before it takes down the army camp, but now the P.E.K.K.A.s are going to be taking out the Mega Tesla. It does not look like it's over yet for Fury. It is just a little bit close, but he is still looking like he might be able to pull this one off. And here we go. He's going to be going into the last compartment here. He is probably going to lose yet another P.E.K.K.A. I would assume maybe he can barely keep it alive here. No, he loses that P.E.K.K.A. And that is going to be a 3-star to start us off here, but not that clean. We do still see that with only one P.E.K.K.A. remaining, this is going to be quite a difficult match here. He is very short on time too, but he is going to get through this. But OA Fury running into problems immediately to start off the match. Not what you want to see if you're in his position. So the second stage is going to be absolutely vicious to try and take down here with just 3 troops. We did see Clash Bashing took it down, and he did waste 2 P.E.K.K.A.s. So it is not necessarily impossible. It's just going to be very difficult. And look, Fury is going to be testing for traps here, sacrificing that P.E.K.K.A. just like Clash Bashing did. And at this point, I mean, I understand you got to get the 5-star, but it is looking like the 6-star is definitely out of reach. OA Fury looks like he's just going to be playing it safe here, making sure he's not going for anything too risky here. Just going to go ahead, take down the Zappies, and it's looking like with this attack, Beakers or Otto's Children are going to be winning right now. So it's definitely, it is so far from over. We still have Noseboy to attack. We still have Sscion to attack. We still have Alvaro to attack. We still have Beaker to attack. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows who's going to fail, who's going to succeed. But I mean, a 5-star is definitely going to happen here, and that, I mean, that's really all you can ask for. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily the best attack, but a 5-star is much better than a 2-star, and we know that we've seen multiple top players getting 2-stars in this tournament, so that is definitely not out of reach here. And now we see a Tesla popping up. We see why there was that P.E.K.K.A. dedication, and you know, it is possible he might get this off. I don't know. I'm getting told that he might still be able to 6. I wouldn't conclude early, don't fret. I might have called it early here. We'll have to go see. I mean, if he pulls this off, that's going to be... Oh, no. Oh, no. Look, the cannon. I did jinx it because, look, that cannon card goes into the range of a cannon. That's super, super catastrophic. Again, though, if he doesn't lose a cannon card here, it is going to... He needs to pause it. He needs to pause it. Beautiful. Okay, wait a second. I may have called it too early here. I think I keep jinxing it, dude. His card split. I did not see his cards. Again, I did see that cannon card, though. Definitely a mistake, but it looks like, just like Ollie, OA Fury is barely getting a 6-star here. I was completely calling it wrong. I mean, I've never seen a 6-star on a second stage with that little left. So let's go. Fury barely pulls that one off, and now they're going to be tied again. I mean, we'll have to go ahead and see. I completely thought that was an absolute fail. So Fury, I told you, he is able to recover so much, and I'm telling you, he is so quick with it. I had no clue that he was even able to pull it off. That was just absolutely amazing save there after completely just losing the first stage. An absolutely great save in the second stage there. It is still so far from over. So now we're going to have to go in and see who's up next. We got Sscion is going to go up against Noseboy here. And Sscion, we saw him yesterday use Noah's Ark. I'm hoping for the sake of his team he doesn't do it again here. And he is up against Fury's base. This base is like absolutely crazy good. I mean, I always fail against this one. I only recently learned how to take it out, so this is not an easy base whatsoever. And now we see the real bases, the real strategies, the real players are showing their skill here. I mean, from top players, we've only seen 6 stars and 5 stars today. We have not seen a single 2-star, and that was what we were expecting to see yesterday, but it just did not work like that for some reason. But today we're seeing a much better show of skill from the top players, and 2 matches have already started and 2 6-star ties. We're going to have to go ahead and see how is he going to attack this. He's bringing in dropships and minions too. Sorry, dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s. We saw that Fury brought in dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s, and that's kind of a tongue twister. And now it looks like Sscion is going to be doing the exact same thing. He's going to take down the double cannon. He might be able to even take down the giant cannon. And then with the rest of his P.E.K.K.A.s, he's just going to wrap into the base here. So Fury can't say anything. We know that Fury really hates the dropships and the P.E.K.K.A.s, but he can't really say much here considering that he just used them. And we're going to have to go ahead and see if Scion's going to be able to pull this one off too. I mean, if he doesn't get a 6-star here, it's going to be up to Noseboy to just not mess up. If he can just secure the victory here, that's all they need. And we also know Alvaro has done a ridiculous amount of training and preparation for this. So let's go ahead and see how he's going to attack this. We got the dropship coming in. Beautiful dropship placement. There's a Tesla too. He's going to just send in yet another dropship. We see some beautiful dropship placements. This is looking super clean so far. And now with that, the P.E.K.K.A.s are just going to walk straight into the base here. And this is why this strategy is described as skillless, as we see just how easy it's going to take down this max base here. But he's probably going to have to use the P.E.K.K.A. ability. Oh, he doesn't even need to use the P.E.K.K.A. ability. He has all 3 P.E.K.K.A. surviving here, and he has all 3 P.E.K.K.A. abilities. Now, can he get this P.E.K.K.A. out in time? He needs it to move outside the base. It is, and if he can, the Tesla might retarget onto the highest HP P.E.K.K.A. in the map. Oh, look at the P.E.K.K.A.s. Everything is dodging the Mega Tesla. No, sorry, the Tesla here. Oh no, he unfortunately does still lose the P.E.K.K.A., but now the Battlecopter is going to tank for everything. And with 2 P.E.K.K.A.s alive going into the second stage, this one is looking really solid. And we might have yet another 6-star to start off this match. 6 stars all around today. And now we're going to go ahead and get to the second stage here. Cannon carts are definitely the best decision to bring here. We do know the second stage is actually quite difficult. We have not seen this one yet in the entire tournament. So I'm going to be very interested to see how he's going to take down the second stage. So we'll have to go ahead and look. Let's go see him. He's probably going to bring in some cannon carts, go take down the double cannon and the crusher if he could. It's just there are a lot of push traps over here. He needs to be very careful. He cannot play it safe. He has to go risky, and he needs to go in range of the guard post units to avoid hitting a push trap. There's also a crusher up at the very top. Luckily, he does have 2 P.E.K.K.A. abilities remaining, so it is not the end of the world if he does not get that crusher. He can just use the P.E.K.K.A. abilities there. But even still, it is definitely, this base is quite menacing. This second stage is one of the harder ones in the meta right now. I don't know why more people don't use it. He starts in the P.E.K.K.A., and this is going to test for push traps. We see a lot of people using the P.E.K.K.A.s here to test for push traps today. And I mean, it's definitely a good decision here. It looks like, yep, that's exactly why you do it. He immediately finds a push trap. He needs to be careful. He probably shouldn't let his cannon cart move too far because he might find yet another one. And now, with his cannon cart going onto this tile, that means that he is no longer in range of any push traps. And look, he's going to take out 1, 2, and 3 defenses over here with just 1 cannon cart. And because that P.E.K.K.A got the perfect test here, finding that push trap, I mean, this one's absolutely destroyed. I don't see how he can possibly fail this. I mean, he has all his cannon carts here. He has gonna take down every single defense but 1 cannon. He can probably start in his battle machine now. He can start in the next P.E.K.K.A, and this is gonna be yet another 6-star. It looks like, unless something goes completely terrible starting off the match. I mean, we saw Sscion outranging so much yesterday. Look how close he is to this cannon too. He has 1 foot in there, and he's playing it risky. I mean, it's definitely a really good test of skills, showing how good he is here. And this will probably be the easiest second stage we've seen of this match. But we're going to have to go ahead and hope that nothing goes too terribly wrong. He still has the P.E.K.K.A build. He can probably swag the P.E.K.K.A at this point. And this is looking like a really solid first 2-3 attacks from the teams here to start off the match. So, I mean, this is exactly what we were hoping to see yesterday. We were hoping to see these teams getting 6-star after 6-star, and now with 1 P.E.K.K.A surviving here, that's going to be an absolutely free attack. Great job, Sscion. That's going to put the teams at 12-6, a beautiful first start. All right, I mean, this is looking pretty good so far. We got only 1 more top player attack here. We got to have Noseboy coming in. Noseboy needs to get a 6-star. He cannot mess up now. We see that it is 12-6. We need another 6-star, and then it's going to come down to the creators again to show who will win the match here. So definitely going to be a little bit tense here. Definitely going to be a little interesting to see who's going to be able to pull this one off. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to let Noseboy know he's up. Let's have Sscion pose for Noseboy. And now it's going to be up to him. Again, Noseboy, in this whole tournament, he is the lowest ranking player here with a finish of top 42. And that is definitely the lowest one here, but that is still a pretty solid finish here. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into that pretty soon. We know that he is quite a creative player, though. He is 6-star me with Noah's Ark. But even still, they definitely look like they may have a disadvantage to Children of Auto. I mean, look at this. Children of Auto with the #1 finisher. They also have Galaxio, and now I think what it's really going to come down to is which creator practiced more. I saw that we saw that Alvera was practicing all day today. We're going into the match now. Noseboy up against Sscion. Alvera was practicing all day today, and in addition to that, Beaker's Lab has been attacking all day. They're blowing up my DMs in the group chat because they just talk so much about strategy. They talk so much about bases, and it looks like we may have gotten a disconnect. Yeah, it looks like we got a disconnect there. So we're going to have to go give him a second. We're just going to go back to looking at the teams here, and we're going to go sort out the disconnect to make sure we aren't going to have any more of those issues. We had this happen yesterday. So again, Children of Auto here definitely looks like they have the advantage. We're going to have to go ahead and see who will be able to pull this one off. Just a little bit of technical difficulties here because we got to try and decide if he's going to repost the same base or not, but it will be coming up quite soon. I mean, luckily, Will did not actually put a single troop down. He just completely got out. You can't even watch the replay, so I think the same base is probably safe here. But we will be going into it quite soon here, and we'll be getting into the last pro player match of this match here. So we're going to have to hope that Will's able to pull it off. I mean, we already see that it's such a close score, 12-6. And it's going to be super solid. So we have Sscion posting his base now. Will is going to come here. He needs a 6-star to keep his team in the running here. And we see he is going in now. That is it's just not the right base. We see he's going into the running now. Up against the same base that he initially started on. No disconnect this time. He has all dropships selected. Your favorite army. You love to see it. I'm hoping he's going to change army. I imagine he will because this is quite a pitiful army. But this is going to be the very deciding factor here. He cannot make any mistakes. The pressure is all on, and can can he hold up to it? I know he is going to be a little nervous. He has a YouTube channel. He is Noseboys COC if you want to watch him. He does base building guides among other things. So he definitely is going to be making some content out of this, and I know he wants a good attack to start this one off. So let's go see. He's bringing in archers now, cannon carts, and he's probably going to bring in the same strategy. No, he's changing it up. He's bringing in 3 cannon carts, 2 sets of archers, and he has a dropship right now. That is an interesting approach, to say the least. He's probably going to use the dropship and the battlecopter to take out the lava launcher, archers to take out all the archer towers and giant cannon. He needs to be careful though. There's a corner building. This is a very easy base to time fail on, so I'm really hoping he does not have any mistakes here that is going to completely throw him off. So again, he is currently looking pretty solid. Right now, here comes the cannon carts going ahead to go work on everything, and now we do see it looks like they got trapped, and he is not looking good right now. With only 4 archers remaining, it's going to be difficult, but he's going to look like he sends the battlecopter straight into the Mega Tesla here, and now actually I'm a little nervous. How is he going to get down the lava launcher? He does not have a good entry to the lava launcher. He needs to take down this Mega Tesla and this Air Expo. But here comes a dropship to go tank for everything, but that might not be quick enough. Is he in range? He is not. Barely. The dropship tanks for everything. He needs to use that battlecopter ability real fast. He's working on the Air Expo, and it's still looking a little close. He needs to move forward this cannon cart now. He has to sacrifice a cannon cart to get down that archer tower. Unfortunately, it is going to be dying here. But now the battlecopter needs to go clutch up this lava launcher. It is in range of the air bombs. This is looking really close here. Can Will still pull this one off? Oh no, he loses the battlecopter now. He needs to take down the lava launcher, else this attack is definitely a fail. I think he just put his archers too far around the map here, and now he needs to use cannon cart. Oh, it's in the range of the roaster. It's going to be a 2-star. He cannot outrun this lava launcher. This cannon cart up top is definitely going to die here, and that is not what you wanted to hear here. This is not what you wanted to see. It was just, I think the archers were too spread out, and now it's going to definitely come down to the creators. If Alvaro845 is able to pull this one off and get his team a solid 5-star, that might be enough to put them back in the lead here, because we never know. Beaker might get a 2-star here, and it is not over yet. But an 86% 2-star from Noseboy is definitely not what they wanted to see to start this one off. And that is absolutely unfortunate to see now, with GOAT players trailing with only 8 stars compared to the 12. So he should have probably dedicated the archers towards the giant cannon, but this is just a little unexpected. A lot of people were expecting GOAT players to win this one because they had such a solid base building team, and they also have OA Fury, who is training everyone here. But now it is going to come down to Alvaro845 versus Beaker's Lab. Beaker's Lab will be attacking first, so it's going to be Beaker attacking Alvaro, and we're going to have to see whether or not Beaker can secure this for his team. I mean, if we go ahead and we look at the scores here, we're going to see that the scores are actually quite close. I mean, we have Beaker, all he really needs to do is get a 2-star to secure the victory for his team, I believe. But if he gets a 1-star and Alvaro gets more than that, it's kind of over. So we're hoping that we are able to see a pretty good comeback, but it's going to be very difficult. If Beaker's Lab gets a 3-star, it is all but finished for GOAT players. They will be sent down to the losers bracket and facing elimination on our next day of play, which is going to be on the 17th. So it's going to be quite a little bit of a tense match here. Beaker is looking to secure the victory for his team. We know Beaker has done so much practice here, but again, the builder base is quite difficult, and we know that the OA Fury and Noseboy, both 2 genius base builders, are definitely going to be trapping for Beaker's Lab. We saw him use P.E.K.K.A.s yesterday, and now it is time to see whether or not Beaker is going to be able to finish this off. They're going to go get into a call now to make sure they're getting ready for this match here. They're in a voice call all together, and now it's going to be quite a match to see finish out. Again, Alvaro845, if he gets a 6-star and Beaker only gets a 2-star, that might be enough to push them over the edge, but that is a lot to ask for. I mean, Alvaro, bare minimum, needs to get a 5-star here to even have a chance for his team, and it is not going to be easy. So we're hoping to see some good comebacks here. We're hoping to see some more good attacks from creators. I mean, we saw Clash bashing with the 6-star earlier, but it's going to be quite a match. So we're waiting for Alvaro to post up for Beaker. And then that'll be it. Here comes the post, and now Beaker's about to go in. I know it's going to be a little tense here. We know Beaker did not get a 6-star yesterday, but he did get a pretty high 2-star. And you know, right now today, a high 2-star is all he needs. We're going into it right now, and here we go. Beaker is up against Alvaro 845. This base is quite a difficult base too, and he has the P.E.K.K.A.s selected yet again. We saw him use that yesterday, but this is going to be a hard base to use P.E.K.K.A.s on. He may need to use something like dropships or minions, but we're going to have to see what he decides to go in with here. I mean, P.E.K.K.A.s, if he gets a giant here that will tank, or actually, if he gets a giant onto this Archer Tower, that's going to tank for all 4 of these huge defenses. Wait, this could not be actually that bad of a base if he just breaks in from this side. He really needs the Battlecopter to get some nice value up at the top here on that roaster, but I don't know if he's going to go for that, but we're going to have to see how he's going to pull this one off here. I'm hoping that Beaker does not have too bad of an attack. I mean, obviously he's done a lot of training. It's just that it's still quite difficult to play the builder base. A lot of people underestimate how hard it is. A lot of people did not train that much because they didn't realize how difficult the builder base can be. So with just 3 seconds remaining into the attack starting, Beaker's going to go from the very top here now. An interesting approach for sure. He's going to be leaving a big back end here if he does not start out at the right angle, so he needs to make sure he's not going to go from the wrong angle. We're just going to let the Battle Machine charge up his ability, it looks like. That's going to be a pretty smart move, I would say, just to make sure he's going to get to that ability pretty soon. We saw yesterday something that really, oh, he hits a push trap. That's really bad. He's hitting a lot of bombs. Their team definitely is trapping for P.E.K.K.A.s here because they saw Beaker use it yesterday. The Battle Machine thankfully does get to the maxed ability, but right now I would say for Beaker, securing this 2-star is probably most important, and he... I don't know. He's not going for the Builder Hall. Now he's getting to the Builder Hall. And this isn't going to be a beautiful attack here, but it should still get the 2-star, right? Come on, Beaker. Come on. You got it. Here's the 1-star. There is the 2-star. And now Alvaro needs to get a 6-star if his team has any chance here. I mean, you can say what you want to say. Maybe it wasn't the most amazing attack, but this is still a really solid place to put his team here. Going to put them at 14 stars out of 18 stars. One of the highest scores we've seen in the entire tournament today. So with this bomber here, just going to be cleaning up a little bit. It's probably going to get absolutely clapped by this giant cannon, but still the bomber is probably the MVP here. Going to be in range of the giant cannon, and that is going to be it for this match here. And he's going to do one last swag throw, and that is it for Beaker's lab. I mean, again, maybe it wasn't necessarily the perfect attack there, but still, a 2-star is really all he needed to get here to put his team in a good position. And now we're going to have to see Alvaro going in against Beaker, and Alvaro needs to clutch up for his team. I mean, this will be an insane comeback to have for a creator. We've not seen many of the creators do crazy attacks here, so we got to hope that Alvaro his training has paid off. You never know. We've seen him do a lot of training in the past here, and we're going to go ahead and see whether or not it's going to be what he needs. Now, while we're waiting for this, we're going to have our next matches. I'm just going to go ahead and introduce them to you. Oh, wait, never mind. It looks like they're going to go in now. Let's go see if Alvaro pops in. I guess while we're waiting for them to for sure get into there, our next match is going to be pretty close. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one now, though. This is the last attack of the match. And wow, did Beaker always have maxed walls? It's crazy. I did not... Either Beaker did a lot of grinding or he just had a lot of walls already. But now this base is looking a lot more menacing than it did before. This is looking like a completely maxed base here. And now Alvaro, look at him. He has the baby dragons and the cannon carts selected once again. He needs a 6-star here if he wants to get his team in the lead. If he does get a 6-star, that will win this match for the go-to players. But I'm not sure. It's going to be a tall order. Again, we've had very few creators actually 6-star here. We've only had Itzu and Clash Bashing pull one off. So Alvaro needs to really, really do something really neat here if he wants to have a chance. So with the baby dragon selected, I'm assuming he's going to have to go in from the top with the cannon carts. I'm not sure where the best place to be would be, sorry. But we're going to have to go see where's the battlecopter starting. Here comes the cannon cart all the way over here. And then is the other one going to come from the corner? No, it goes from this corner. Okay. So he's just funneling out right now. He cannot move this cannon cart forward at all, though, or else it will be in range of the Archer Tower. Maybe a little bit of a mistake, although there's always a bunch of traps in between here. I believe, okay, wow, this is very risky. If there were 2 Teslas here, he would definitely have lost that battlecopter. I guess he's lucky there were no Teslas. And we don't know what Beaker's team is really trapping for here. I mean, we saw Alvaro use the Baby Dragons yesterday. Now, it looks like he's going to be using them again today. And this looks like this is the strategy that he has been learning most. So, I mean, he's been in calls for hours with these top players to learn. But I'm not quite sure whether or not it is going to be enough for him. I mean, let's go see. Here comes the Baby Dragons going in. And now he's getting some pretty good splash value. The Battlecopter ability should probably be used onto the Expo here. And, you know, this isn't looking too bad, but I'm just not sure how he's going to get to the back end here. Because look, the air bombs, the lowered Archer Tower, the Mega Tesla, these are all big things standing here. And this Baby Dragon is unfortunately not dying, so it's going to mess up the Rage. Now he gets the Rage in the right place. He has to use that ability as soon as possible, though. And there he goes. He misses the lowered Archer Tower. That's actually really, really bad. But wait a second. Wait a minute. He still has 2 cannon carts, and he's going to be sending one straight into a Tesla. Definitely not the perfect ability. He needs to pause this cannon cart as soon as possible. Go, please pause. Okay, Alvaro is going to be getting into the second stage here. Oh no. There's a corner building. I don't know if he's going to actually get to it in time. He needs to unpause his cannon carts now. And if he cannot unpause this cannon cart, he needs this cannon cart to go move as soon as possible. He unpauses that cannon cart. He needs to pause it or else it's not going to get to the corner in time. And he does not. And there's a giant bomb. And now it is going to be a 97% time fail to end off the match here. How unfortunate that one corner building is going to decide this. It was such a clean attack from a creator. It's just unfortunate he did not see the 97% corner building. I mean, it was definitely a little bit of a troll there, but that is going to be quite unfortunate. So now with that out of the way, we do see our final victory here is going to be go-to players are going to be moving down to the losers bracket, and Children of Auto are going to be advancing yet again. 2 victories in a row here for this team. I mean, they're doing incredibly well. I mean, we know the team is a little bit stacked here. We got Sscion with the #1 finish. We got Galaxy with a #6 finish, and Beaker's Lab with 4,400 trophies. I mean, he may have even pushed up since then. Let's go ahead and see if he's done any attacks. He's up at 4,500 trophies now. And unfortunately, Goated here is going to be moving down. We saw a 2-star from Noseboy, a 97% 2-star from Alvaro, and a 6-star from Fury. So while the match started off with a bunch of 6-stars, it is unfortunate. Alvaro just did not see the camp in time, but now we're going to be up against the last, our second to last match here, which is going to be another elimination match. So the next match is going to be Team JudoSloth. Team JudoSloth has Natramia, one of the best German players in the world with a 13 finish, and he's currently, I believe, in the top 10 right now, or at least he's quite close to the top 10, number 15 in the world right now. And Henri as well was number 35 in the world pretty recently, another really solid German player, and they have come together to train JudoSloth. JudoSloth at 4,800 trophies, nearly 4,900 trophies, has been learning a whole lot from all these top players recently. And we're going to go see them matching up against another really low team, which got knocked down yesterday. They all got 2-stars yesterday, and they're looking for redemption. That is Team Balalaika with Maxkiller, one of the best Russian players in the world. FJB, one of the top United States players in the world, with a best finisher number 13. Maxkiller with the best finisher number 9. And they're up against JacobsClash, a smaller creator who found his way into the tournament by practicing a whole lot over the past few days. He was added in, I believe, 1 day ago, and he's been doing a whole lot of practice to try and make sure he is ready for this tournament. And they are facing elimination. They went up against the strongest team yesterday, Team Itzu, and Team Itzu absolutely destroyed them because Team Itzu, you know, they got a #1 player, they got another #1 player, and they got another top 10 players. So maybe it was a little bit of an overpowered team, but JacobsClash is looking to keep his team in the running here. FJB and Maxkiller, both other top players. I mean, we saw all of them got 2-stars yesterday, which was incredibly unfortunate. 2 stars all the way around is definitely not what you want to see in your match, and Jacob definitely had a rough match. He ran into a few traps, but we're hoping to see that. I mean, we know that Team JudoSloth got a 2-star, Natramia got a 3-star, and Henri got a 5-star. They only got a combined 10 stars, which isn't necessarily bad, but it just wasn't enough to win the match against the Architects with them yesterday. So this is going to be quite an interesting match to go ahead and get into here in a second. I believe it's going to be starting roughly in 10 minutes or so, and while we're waiting there, we're just going to go ahead and take a little second here. We're going to go ahead and see who is going to be matching up next. Quite soon we will have Maxkiller starting this off at roughly 16 minutes from now. We're going to go make sure everyone's going to be online here, and we're going to be seeing a really interesting match here. I mean, again, we saw a lot of 2 stars and 3 stars from these teams over here, but I mean, it's still anybody's game is still here. I mean, as you can see, even if one player gets a 2-star, another player can get a 6-star and easily come back from that. So it is never done until the last attack in most circumstances. So I'm going to be very interested to see when Max is going to come in and how he's going to do. He will be starting off the match here, and you know, it's not necessarily over, but things are looking grim. I mean, again, Team JudoSloth is a great strategic mind, and in addition to JudoSloth, you also got Natramia and Henri, the 2 top German players in the world. So, I mean, it was definitely, you know, a bit of a balanced team yesterday. I mean, they went up against the Architects, but this team still is an absolute powerhouse when compared to Balalaika, who they have a few players who maybe haven't been playing that frequently. So it's going to be a little bit close to see who's going to win this one. And we're going to go ahead and just take a second here to just look at the brackets as well. Just give me one moment. Sorry for that. We have currently in the winners bracket, we have Go to Players and Children of Auto, who just faced off, and it looks like Children of Auto will be promoted to the semifinal. And in the losers bracket, we have Midnight Bash, who is going to be going to the semifinal. They're going to be going up against Goated Players once again. And now Team Judo and Team Balalaika are going to be facing off to see who's going to go against the loser of the Architects and Team Itzu. So it's definitely going to be quite close here. I'm very interested to see who's going to be able to win this one. The brackets are definitely a little bit stacked. Again, it is double elimination here, so even if you lose one match here, you're not necessarily out of it, except for this next match here, who will be facing elimination. Now, you can pick your votes for who you think is going to win. Obviously, JudoSloth is definitely looking like he may have the edge as far as it goes in the competitive scene, but I know JacobsClash has been doing tons of training lately, using some pretty good strategies. He's been training with baby dragons for the most part, it looks like, but he may have learned a new strategy as well. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we got Maxkiller coming in to ensure he's not going to be late here. We know that he, as well, you know, he's living in a weird time zone. It's pretty late for him right now. And as soon as he's on, we're going to go ahead and start the match. If he doesn't come on, we'll unfortunately have to forfeit his attack here. But we're going to go ahead and just take a little bit of a second here, and I'll be back soon to cast this next match. And So we see while we're waiting for them to go up against, we're just going to watch some other top players. Let me go make sure that's fine with them real fast. We're just going to watch some other top players just doing some ladder matches. I mean, if we go here and look, we have a lot of the top players in the match here. We got Daniel05, who's going to be in the tournament quite soon. Sscion, who we just saw play. We have another top player here. We have a lot of the top 10 players who are participating in the tournament here. And we're just hoping to see some good matches here. I mean, the next match, Team Balalaika versus Team Judo, is definitely going to be a lot closer than you may expect. I mean, with Natramia definitely is a really skillful player, but we know that he really likes to use those dropships and minions, and they can be easily trapped. On the other hand, though, we know that FJB and Maxkiller both prefer to use cannon cards, which as well are very easy to get trapped here. So it's going to be two risky strategies up against each other. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out. We're just going to keep watching as though, I guess. I mean, as you guys can see, these dropships and the minions are absolutely dominating the meta here, and they're just so easy to use. I mean, you just throw them all down and they just completely work. So if you guys are looking for a strategy here, I'm hoping these will get nerfed somewhat soon, but if you're looking to use the strategy, definitely dropships and minions are the ones you're going to want to learn. I mean, all you got to do is put a dropship onto each of these big defenses like the Roaster, the Air Bombs, the Mega Tesla, and then you just win, except it looks like Azzo is looking like he may not be looking super good here. I mean, look, he has no minions left. What is he? I don't know if this is the best attack here. I mean, we see all the dropships coming in now, and even though this attack is looking pretty dicey, I mean, it's not necessarily over, but we do see he's going in for the Mega Tesla with one dropship. And if this still works, this will show you just how strong dropships are. The fact that they will still be able to take down this base. I'm not sure if they will, but look, he has 2 minions surviving, just 2 minions. And even still, this is looking like he's going to get to the second stage here because these dropships just tank forever. And now he's taking down the air bombs. Now he's going to have 2 dropships remaining after this. Even after he had 3 minions left, he is still going to take down the base with 2 dropships. So for all you players looking for a new strategy that's somewhat easy, definitely going to be dropships and minions that is going to work the best for you. It is completely overpowered, and we're just trying to make sure Maxkiller is going to make it in time for the match. Yeah, this base, you know, something about this base is it was actually built by Henri. Henri is a pretty good base builder who's going to be on Team Judo, who we're about to see play. And I think he's going to start up against Max. So we're hoping that we can get Max here in time. I'm not quite sure whether or not he is here. So let's go ahead and make sure. And this match will be starting in roughly 8 minutes here. I mean, this team is definitely the team looking at elimination. Both these teams, whoever loses this one will unfortunately be eliminated. And if Maxkiller doesn't show up, that's going to be really bad for his team. We might need to find a substitute for him if he does not come in. And we don't really have any great players to substitute for him. So we're hoping that we will have a good match here. But I mean, unfortunately, if Max doesn't show up, it's going to put a big little bit of jeopardy here. Now again, look, the second stage here, he's just bringing in 4 dropships. That's all he really needs to pull this one off, apparently. And he's just going to toss 2 dropships. I mean, we saw him attack before, and he just puts all the dropships in the same place. Yep, there we go. 3 dropships, 1 place. He's going to take down both the firecrackers. And now with just 2 firecrackers left alive, this one is looking really good, except he's getting caught onto a crusher here, so I'm not sure if this one's going to work out. And it's going to be definitely a lot closer than it really should be, considering how we played. But even still, it looks like he's probably going to be able to take this one out and still be able to get the 6-star here. And it is definitely overpowered. This attack is completely overpowered. So it's quite unfortunate. Okay, it looks like Maxkiller is arriving soon. Maxkiller is going to be here, and we're going to be able to start our next match here in a moment. And we're going to be finally getting a good match. I was worried we were going to be having to just disqualify Team Balalaika if Maxkiller didn't show up. Luckily, he comes back perfectly in time. And now we're going to go ahead and see the dropships finishing off this base. I mean, this just shows you how completely overpowered dropships and minions are. I mean, we saw this in Builder Base 1.0. Now we're seeing it back yet again, and it's quite unfortunate. So, I mean, everyone in the top Builder Base leaderboards are really hoping they're going to be nerfed somewhat soon, but sooner than later for sure. But Maxkiller will be coming on, and we're just sitting here for a second. You know what, Jopo? That's right. You're going to be. I'm going to make sure you're not like doing terribly first, but we have Jopo in now, who's also going to help us just pass time here. We have him up against Iron Man. Jopo, of course, is on Team Midnight Bash. We saw him come in today with a really nice 6-star to help put his team. We saw the very first perfect war here. If you guys missed that, don't worry. I'll be having a video on my channel somewhat soon showing the perfect war. But now Jopo is going to be going in for this base here with the dropships and the P.E.K.K.A.s. He's just doing some practice here, warming up for the next day of the tournament. Next day of the tournament will be on the 17th of February, and then the grand finals will be taking place on the 18th of February. So this is just day 2 of day 4, but even still, we see a lot of these top players are trying to bring their A game. They're doing a lot of good practice here, and we're going to be seeing some pretty solid attacks, guys. I mean, already in day 2, we've seen more 6-stars than anything from even the creators, and it is absolutely going super well. We see Jopo is going to get a really clean 6-star here, it looks like, already taking down the first stage with 2 dropships and 3 P.E.K.K.A.s remaining. So it's definitely, everyone's bringing their A game here. Yeah, Judo, everyone wants Judo to win. Hey, if you want Judo to win, that's great. I mean, Judo should be here soon. We're hoping it's going to be kind of crazy. I mean, JacobsClash, definitely a smaller creator. A lot of people kind of want to root for the underdog here. He has 2,000 subscribers, definitely not necessarily the same amount as some of the other people in the tournament. So we're trying to see if the smaller creators can win, if the comeback is real. I mean, whatever team loses here will unfortunately be eliminated. So we're hoping we don't have any terrible eliminations coming out over here. But even still, we're gonna have a really fun match here, and everyone knows this. It's not necessarily a super serious tournament. It's more just for fun, more just for laughs. Everyone is just kind of having fun here. They're not trying to take it too serious. I mean, there definitely are some people taking it a little serious, but overall, the tournament is more just to have fun, and we're seeing some amazing attacks today. So I'm really glad we could get as many creators as we did and just have a fun day for the Clash community. We do see Jopo is absolutely going to destroy this base here, though. I mean, he got a 1-star in the first day of the tournament, and it looks like he is not going to let himself do that again. He is making sure he's not going to make any more mistakes. And it looks like quite soon here, we're going to go ahead and get into our first attack of the match. I mean, of course, as I've already mentioned, it's going to be Team Judo versus Team Balalaika. So we're going to be seeing Team Judo. Of course, they have some pretty stacked players, and additionally we got Team Balalaika. There's going to be Maxkiller starting us off. Maxkiller did get a 2-star yesterday, so definitely not the attack he was looking to get, but he uses some really risky strategies. FJB as well got a 2-star. JacobsClash got a 2-star. So it's going to be a very big comeback match. Everyone here got 2-stars. Additionally, on Team Judo, we saw 3 stars, 2 stars, and a 5-star from their team. So it's not going to be too overmatched. It's definitely going to be a little bit fair, but you never know how it's going to go. So we're getting really close to our first match here, where it's going to be Maxkiller attacking Henri. And here in a second, we're going to go ahead and fly into that. Henri is just about to post this, and we're finally going to get into match 3 of 4 today. And after this match, we're going to be having Team Itzu versus the Architects. Of course, this is one of the matches that a lot of people have been waiting for. It unfortunately is last in the day. You got to wait a second to get there. But now, why don't we go ahead and get into our final elimination match for the day. We just saw... Okay, this is just some random person took the match. 1 minute. We gotta... At least, you can't really watch the replay, but one of the clan accidentally accepted the challenge, so now we gotta redo that real fast. That was a little unexpected. I think he accidentally missed the button there because he immediately exited out of the match there. But let's go ahead and see if Henri is going to be able to defend against Maxkiller. Luckily, the base, you cannot replay it, so you cannot see what base Henri was using. It is unfortunate, though, that the match got taken there. So now Henri has to decide, does he want to use the same base that he just put up that FJB or Maxkiller may have seen? And no, it looks like he's going straight into it again. He's not going to let that deter him. He's using the same exact base here. And we have now Maxkiller up against Henri. Maxkiller has all dropships selected as well. It's going to be interesting. We did just see this base get 6-star with dropships and minions. So it's definitely possible to take this one out. It's just, did Maxkiller watch that? Do you think he's going to know to use that? Do you think he even will use that? I mean, it's going to be a big risk here to be using dropships and minions in one of these final matches. And look, Maxkiller is bringing in 3 cannon carts. Ooh, I don't know about this. I don't know where he's going to get the value here. The Barbarians may be unnecessary to bring in. Battlecopter with the Baby Dragon would take out the Lava Launcher, but then how is he going to take out the Giant Cannon here? I'm not quite sure if this is the best approach here to use up against this base, but we'll have to see just what he thinks is going to work best here. I mean, obviously Maxkiller as well, one of the best players from Russia, so he has a lot of experience in this place. I would probably bring in minions instead of Barbarians here, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to see Maxkiller starting in one cannon cart from the corner, starts in the Barbarian to test for traps. We saw a lot of traps yesterday, and look, the Battlecopter is going to be coming in to take down the Giant Cannon. We find our first Tesla up at the very top here, and Maxkiller is just playing it safe. He's making sure not to just do anything too risky. He'll probably take down the Lava Launcher here with his Baby Dragons. And then the Battlecopter will hopefully take down the Giant Cannon. Now you got to be careful. He is outranging the Archer Tower. He is still looking like he has some pretty good cannon cart ranges. He has one cannon cart not moving. Here comes the very first Baby Dragon here. And that Baby Dragon should take out the Lava Launcher. There we go, big splash. Here comes another big splash. Battlecopter is working onto the Giant Cannon. Now he can move his cannon carts, and now he should be able to take out this Archer Tower with this lower cannon cart. He needs to put a Barbarian in front of it to make sure he's tanking for it, but it is not looking bad whatsoever. Look at that Barbarian testing the wall for a Giant Bomb. That is super solid maneuvering here. And now he even finds a Troll Tesla. Henri's trying to play with him here, but he is not going to succeed. And with one cannon cart, he needs to pause it now. Pause it now. That's... Oh, he is on the edge of the Archer Tower radius. That is so risky. I thought he was in range. Oh, he finds a push trap, though. That's going to mess him up. He is definitely going to be losing one cannon cart here at the very least. That is definitely an unfortunate occurrence. And now, by some luck occurrence, he is going to be keeping this cannon cart alive at the very edge of the Archer Tower radius. And even though it was definitely close, it is looking like Maxkiller is looking super solid here. He's going to go ahead, just send in the Barbarian here, test for traps. He is not going to take any risks here. He's just going to make sure he's going to take down the Archer Tower. And we are going in now to the second stage here for the first time for Team Balalaika. And this is exactly how they want to start off the match. If they can get a 6-star to start off this match, that is going to put them in such a good position. We have 10 spectators right now, and the pressure is on for Maxkiller. So how is he going to take this out? I mean, obviously, 4 cannon carts here. He has a Barbarian alive to help test for traps. 4 cannon carts, 2 cannon carts on the Builder Hall, 2 cannon carts on this Crusher, and this base is done. Now, is that what Maxkiller is going to do, though? You got to be careful. He's bringing in minions. Where's he going to use minions at? I mean, that's an interesting decision for sure. I'm not sure if that was an accident or if that's on purpose. Maybe he has a good plan here. He might take down a Crusher with minions. I'm not sure that's the best approach, though. Even still, though, with 3 cannon carts, he is not looking bad whatsoever, and it's looking like he's probably going to be able to take down this base here, and this would be a perfect way to start off the match. So we're hoping that Max is going to be able to get a 6-star for his team, and that's going to put Team Balalaika in a good position here to go take down Henri. Now, this is a very interesting position he is going for. He's going to be taking down the Firecrackers and bringing in the minions. I'm not sure if this was the best approach. He needs to probably move his cannon carts to go take down this Firecracker over here, but he's not gonna. And now he's starting in the minions from the top, and now I kind of see the plan here. It looks like he's going to try and go take down the multi-mortar with the minions here. But with 3 minions, I'm not sure how that's going to go. Let's go see. Here come the cannon carts. They're moving closer to the gold storage. He's definitely going to try and outrange this mortar here to take down this Firecracker. He's taking down the Crusher. He should really start in his battle machine soon, though. He cannot time fail here. That would be absolutely tragic, and he needs to put 1 Barbarian in a corner. He's going to use everything here. He needs to start his battle machine as soon as possible, like right now. But we are not seeing it come in yet. Now here come the minions onto the mortar. He is unfortunately, though, in range of one of the Firecrackers. Can he still take down the multi-mortar? It's going to be close. It's going to be a 1 HP multi-mortar. He does not get it. He needs to start in the battle machine now more than ever. And this is looking really, really close here. He is now in range of the multi-mortar. The multi-mortar is going to be an issue. He needs to start a Barbarian from this corner too. And now it is all down to these cannon carts. Can he take down this multi-mortar in time? He needs to move those cannon carts immediately, and they're going a good direction. He's going to snipe out the multi-mortar with that cannon cart right there, and now he can let all of his cannon carts move. The battle machine is tanking for everything. There's only 1 more corner building alive. Maxkiller is not out of this yet. He is definitely looking a little bit close here, though. He needs to start this Barbarian in the corner building. Oh, I lied. Sorry, there's 2 corner buildings here, and this is looking like it might be too close to pull off. I don't know if he has the time for this, unfortunately, because this Barbarian is not going to be able to get to that other corner. Wait, the Barbarian's going to the corner. He's not going to the cannon. This might be the lucky break they needed. Can the Barbarian take down the camp in time? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Barely takes it down, and that's going to start off Team Balalaika with a 6-star here, with by the skin of their teeth here. I mean, that Barbarian was definitely lucky. Definitely a lucky maneuver there with the Barbarian, and that is a perfect 6-star there. I mean, I don't know why he would have used the minions there. I definitely think that may have been a little bit unfortunate, but the Barbarian completely saves the match. So now it is Henri up against Maxkiller. We saw Maxkiller, Team Balalaika, use the worst bases in the entire match yesterday, and it was definitely an interesting decision here. So we're hoping, or at least I'm hoping, that Maxkiller does not give his team bad bases again, because that did not go well yesterday. So let's go ahead. We're waiting in. Henri's going to post up against, someone said 100 IQ Barbarian in the chat. Someone's going to go up against Henri now. Maxkiller needs to get a good defense here, and this is going to put his team in the position they need to be in. It is definitely way too close for comfort, and it is going to be a little bit of a close match. Let's go ahead, have Maxkiller post for Henri, and now we're going to get into the second match here. I mean, we see every single match we've seen today has started with a 6-star. The top players are bringing their A game today. This is exactly what we were expecting to see yesterday. It's just, unfortunately, they did not quite get it. Now here we go into the next match here. Henri is going to go up against Maxkiller. He's looking for a 6-star to start off the match, and he is using a difficult base. This base is a base that is very popular in the meta right now. So will Henri be able to take it down? I mean, obviously, Henri is a top pusher in this season. He has seen this base 1,000 times. He should know how to take it down. It's going to kind of come down to, where do they put the traps here? Henri right now has Pegas and dropships selected, and this attack isn't bad against his base. I think it actually might be good. So will this work out for him? I mean, it's going to be close. It's definitely going to be close. I think it was a very, very good decision for Maxkiller not to use the same bases he used yesterday. I mean, yesterday he is bringing in an Electrofire Wizard. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I think he's going to go in from the top here, and he does not find a Tesla. That's going to be huge. There is no Tesla up there. That was a big mistake by Team Balalaika not to put a Tesla up there. So we see the first Electrofire Wizard of the tournament, and that is going to go ahead and take down so much here, and the Battlecopter is looking so good. The Baby Dragons are looking pretty solid too. He's using dropships and Baby Dragons. Now, after this perfect start, can he finish it off? He needs to put the Electrofire Wizard in into Inferno mode, and he cannot get down that Tesla, and oh no, this is bad. This is really bad. The Baby Dragons are grouped up together. If he can get a good split on the Baby Dragons, he has a better chance here. Here we go. The Baby Dragons split up now. He needs to use the ability before they get too close together. Now he's going to lose another Baby Dragon. It is not looking that bad, though. He can use the Baby Dragon ability. He might lose one, though. And now it is looking a little like it's going to be a little closer, and he's going to have that Roaster left alive. Luckily, though, it does not matter. He's going to be keeping 2 Baby Dragons alive here at the end of this match, and it was a little closer, but with the very first Electrofire Wizard of the entire tournament, we're going to be seeing Henri get to the second stage here. And now, this second stage, it is such a common second stage. We've probably seen it every single match today except for one. And now Henri needs to take it down with just 2 cannon carts and 2 Baby Dragons. This should be a little difficult, but I believe in Henri here. Again, we invited him to the tournament because he's a top player. He's in the top pushing right now, and this could definitely put them at a perfect place here. And now we see, here come the cannon carts from the very corner. Here comes another cannon cart from the corner. That's going to go ahead, take down both the corner buildings, make sure he does not run into a situation like Alvaro845 ran into earlier today, getting a very, very rough time fail. And we're going to see the cannon carts are working on the cannon here. The other cannon cart is going to work onto the crusher and the cannon. He's going to try and take down the auto outpost here. And with the Baby Dragons he has left, he might be able to take this out. I don't know if he has any abilities left alive here. I don't think he does. So this is definitely going to be a little bit of a riskier approach. Can he finish this base off even still? He is letting his cannon cart just stay still. He does not want to be in range of the guard post units when he has to deal with the zappies. This is going to be a very close match here, it looks like. It's definitely going to be a 5-star, but can he get the 6-star and put his team tied with Team Balalaika? Obviously, you want to start out with a lead here. He kind of wasted a Baby Dragon there, and now he made a bad mistake with the cannon cart. Can he keep it alive? He does take out one of the guard post units. Now he cannot move that cannon cart, though, until he takes down this Barbarian, but he's going to go for it anyway. He has to take risks here. He is not in range of the cannon. He needs to move it a little bit. There we go. That should be in range now. And now with the battle machine coming in from the other side, the Barbarian is barely not going to attack that cannon cart. He's going to go ahead and take out the Crusher. Now the Barbarian's going to come for him, and that cannon cart is all but dead. And this is looking like it's going to be more of a 5-star than anything. The Barbarian is going to now come for the other cannon cart, and he did not need to use a Baby Dragon there either. It is unfortunately going to be a 5-star, but a 5-star nonetheless. And all of that, he accidentally sends the cannon cart into the range of the double cannon. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the 6-star Team Judo was looking for to start off this match, but even still, it is a really solid 5-star, and that is going to put him in a good position to not lose the match yet. I mean, this is a good place to be, and 5 stars to 6 stars. Yes, it's not the same amount, but it is still a very solid position, and anything can happen here. This is not a guaranteed loss here for their team just because they didn't get a 6-star. So we see Henri is doing the Lord's work over here for his team, making sure he's keeping them in the running, and now it's going to be FJB up against Natramia. And now hopefully we're going to be able to see FJB keep his team in the lead. Again, whichever team loses here will unfortunately be eliminated. I'm trying to get this to focus. There we go. Will unfortunately be eliminated. So this is very tense. We got FJB going in now up against Natramia here, and we're going to see that he is up against a weird base. What is this? He uses cannon carts and baby dragons. Now, can he use cannon carts here? He can reach. Oh, this base is weak to cannon carts. He could take out the giant cannon with archers, the archer tower with archers, and then take out this whole place with a battlecopter and baby dragons. So this could be a very big mistake to use this against FJB, a very well-known cannon cart player. So Team Judo, they may have made a mistake here. Can they still pull this off? Can they still do it? It's going to be very close. FJB, we saw him get a 2-star yesterday, and he is looking for redemption. He is not going to take advantage of the cannon cart value here. And again, that might be smart. We do know that everybody here is trapping for each other, and everybody knows FJB uses cannon carts. Everyone knows. So we're going to have to see, can FJB still pull this one off? He's going to go ahead, take out the Bitter Hall, take out the Clock Tower. He's just funneling out for his baby dragons here. And now he's going to, if he can take down this Archer Tower, he's going to be able to move in and take down the Air Expo. Here comes a Baby Dragon. Look at that splash hitting every single big building. He's going to use one more Baby Dragon and probably the Battlecopter ability. And if he can get the Battlecopter ability, ooh, but bad Battlecopter ability, did not go where he wanted it to. So now he is not looking bad necessarily. The Battlecopter is still alive, and he just needs to move in here and take down this Roaster. And here comes the last Baby Dragon. He does still have 2 Baby Dragon abilities, 2 cannon carts. And honestly, this is actually looking quite good now because he still has the cannon carts alive. The second stage is going to be a really easy second stage. Can he still pull off the first stage? It looks like he can. And this is what you wanted to see from Team Balalaika yesterday. We saw a lot of 2-stars. We see yet another somewhat troll Tesla. And look, here is the OG troll Tesla here from the very corner, trying to trip him up. He should really pause his cannon cart here. He can easily hit a bomb. I don't know what he's doing. Now he pauses it, and here comes the Battlecopter ability. He's not going to be able to keep the Baby Dragon alive, but with 2 cannon carts surviving here, he is looking super good for this next stage. So now it is up to FJB to keep his team in the lead here. I mean, we see there are 6 stars to 5 stars. Another 6-star here would be huge. That almost guarantees them the win. But it all depends on the creators. Yet again, the creators are the tiebreakers here. So FJB is looking to get a 6-star. Even if he doesn't get a 6-star, as long as he gets higher than a 178% 5-star, that is going to keep his team in a good position. He has a Baby Dragon selected. And what I'm thinking he might do is try and do what Max did. Instead of using minions, though, using a Baby Dragon. That's going to be a very interesting decision here. And we're going to have to see whether or not that's going to work out for him. We see the cannon carts now. They're just surrounding the base here. He's going to take out the cannon, the crusher, another crusher, and a double cannon. And we got to be careful here, though. You know there's going to be some traps. He's probably going to use the Baby Dragon actually on the Builder Hall. And look, there are no corner buildings around here. There's only one corner building. Battle Machine is going to easily take that out. And he is looking super solid to start this off. I mean, this is definitely exactly the start that Team Balalaika is looking for, and this is when they needed it most. Whichever team loses here, they will be eliminated, and they are definitely trying to dodge a elimination here. So we're hoping that FJB is going to be able to put his team in the lead here, keep his team looking good, and we need to start in the Battle Machine quite soon here now. Here he comes. He already got him from the corner with the new Battle Machine of the North skin, and we're hoping We're hoping he's going to be able to still pull this one off. And if he gets a 6-star here, it's going to be all up to Judo. JudoSloth needs to save his team, and I don't know if he's going to be able to. It also depends on JacobsClash. I mean, if JudoSloth gets a 6-star while Jacob only gets a 2-star, that, on the other hand, is going to put his team all the way in the lead. So with who's going to be attacking first? I believe Natramia is going to be after this, and then Jacob will be doing the first attack. Now, wait a second. FJB's kind of making some mistakes here. This may not be the 6-star that they thought we were going to get. He needs to unpause his cannon card now, and now it's going to be very difficult. These Zappies might take out this next cannon card up here, and it looks like it's going to be down to time, and I don't think FJB gets the 6-star, unfortunately. FJB just accidentally moved one cannon card too close, and that's going to mess up everything, and now that is going to be all that they need. Now, Team Balalaika, they're still going to be taking the lead here with 190% 5-star, maybe getting down this air bomb. Nope. But still not the 6-star they were looking for, and they're still pretty tied here. So now it's really going to come down to how is JudoSloth and Natramia and Jacob, how are they going to do? Because this match is not out of reach yet. There's still a very big shot here that they're going to be able to pull this one off. So Natramia is going to be coming up against FJB now, trying to get at least a 5-star, definitely wants a 6-star. And this is to keep their team in the running here. Natramia is going in now. We see him popping over here into FJB's base, and FJB is using a base that I built. This base is quite new. It'll be interesting to see how it works. I'm hoping it'll work in their case. I mean, obviously, Team Balalaika, a major underdog, especially not only on the teams, but also with the creators. I mean, we have JudoSloth, one of the largest creators, up against JacobsClash, a small creator. So it'll be very interesting to see how he's going to do this. So Natramia, he's looking at the base here. This is not what he expected. He is not expecting to see such an anti-everything base. This base was built quite recently, and Natramia, unfortunately, is not necessarily a pro with a lot of the strategies that are easy to use against this base. So we're gonna have to see, how does Natramia pull this one off. This if he uses the wrong strategy, this could be very catastrophic. He's using dropships and P.E.K.K.A.s here. So where's he gonna go? Battlecopter would take out the giant cannon, and then dropships, just drop them in each compartment. It might work. It may work. Something that's going to be very hard for him to overcome, though, is, look, the dropship, they're going to have to go in at weird angles because these firecrackers are going to mess up their pathing, and they're not going to path into the base. So Natramia kind of putting his team on his back here. He needs to get a 6-star here to keep their team in the running, and it is all but over, but it still is looking very, very close here. This base is definitely one of the more complicated bases we've seen today for these strategies. I mean, it was built specifically to be anti-dropships. So it's going to be interesting to see how we can pull this off. We see a lot of compartments here are all spread out. It's quite a difficult base to kind of go for. And here comes the first dropship. Here's the second one, and now he's opening up all the compartments. The battlecopter is being tanked for by the Air Expo, and this is looking really good. He does find a Tesla, though. That's definitely going to trip him up a little bit, and that's going to make sure the dropship barely does actually open the wall there. I'm not sure how that even happened. And now Natramia is looking super solid. This base is better against anti-dropship minions, so the P.E.K.K.A.s are kind of just walking through the base here. Look at this battlecopter just staying alive the whole way through. An absolutely overkill attack now, and we're going to see Natramia is going to get to the second stage here, and this is looking like Natramia is going to secure a 6-star for his team. We saw Natramia get a 3-star yesterday with dropships and hog gliders, so he definitely is paying more attention now. He's going to be taking it serious. He does find an air bomb that might kill the battlecopter. Oh, barely keeping it alive. Now we're going into the second stage here, and how is he going to finish it off? He really needs to bring in cannon carts and take down the auto outpost, take down the cannon, the double cannon, and then the P.E.K.K.A.s finish off the base. But he's going to be bringing in bomber and giant, and this is a strong approach, but it is not a guaranteed 6-star. It's kind of going to come down to the wire here to see if he's going to get this one down. So here comes the bomber opening up everything, and now he's starting in the P.E.K.K.A.s, and they're going to come in from the top. And now after this, he has all his P.E.K.K.A. abilities still alive here. This P.E.K.K.A. right here is going to wrap around the entire base of the outside, and he has, with 2 P.E.K.K.A. abilities, I'm feeling pretty safe to say that they're probably going to get this. But wait a second, they might walk around Everything is walking, but look, the bomber opens up the corner wall, and that is going to save this here. He just needs to make sure he can get to this last cannon that is inside a wall here. And with 3 P.E.K.K.A.s and a giant just walking through this base here, it's looking like Natramia is going to be able to secure the 6-star here and pull it off. So why don't we go ahead? We'll go see if he's going to be able to take this one down. And there is our first hit on the Crusher. It's looking pretty solid, and Natramia is still going to be able to take out this base here with 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and a bomber. Okay, maybe not the bomber. The bomber's hitting a little bit of bad luck over there. But he should be able to take it down, right? I mean, it's going to be maybe a little close to time, but I'm feeling pretty confident that this is going to be a 6-star. I mean, usually you only need like 30 seconds to get to both corners, and he has 50 seconds, and he's about to go ahead and walk to both the corners, and that is going to be a 6-star from Natramia. So now the teams are tied up, and Team Balalaika has the percentage advantage. It is not over yet. It is all going to be up to JudoSloth and JacobsClash here to decide who is going to win this match and who will be eliminated. I know they're going to be feeling the pressure here because it is definitely going to be a little close here. It's up to the creators now to win this match for their team. Will they be able to do it, or will they run into some issues here? Let's go ahead and get into those last matches here. And that was a beautiful attack from Natramia. Amazing 6-star to help his team stay into the running here. I mean, definitely exactly what he's looking for to happen. So, people are mad they used the wrong base against him apparently. So, anyway, we're going to have to see. Will JudoSloth pull this one out for the team? We're going to have Jacob versus JudoSloth. And, I mean, Jacob, of course, I'm going for Jacob a little bit. I would love to see him win here. But, I mean, it would be absolutely amazing if Jacob can pull out the win here. We see JudoSloth posting his base here. Now, JacobsClash is going to be going up against him. And here we go. Let's go see which base did they give him. They gave him a pretty difficult base here, but I think Jacob may have practiced on this base. I don't know for sure. The lava launcher right here is definitely going to trip them up, though. It's in a different position, but he could take out the air bombs here. And now we see yesterday he forgot to use a power potion. He is not making that same mistake today. He is using the power potion, and we see this match is so close. If I were Jacob, I'm at least making sure get the safe 2-star. A 3-star, you know, that might not be necessary, but this is an elimination match. We do not know what Judo's going to get, and we really, really need Jacob to get a really solid attack here to make sure his team is still going to be in the running here. If he could even get a 4-star, that might be all he needs. We saw Judo got a 2-star yesterday, but then again, Judo has been doing practicing now, so we don't know whether or not that practicing is going to pay off. They need to use a really solid base up against Judo to make sure they can not run into any issues against him. It would really be unfortunate for Judo to just absolutely crush them and they'll get eliminated like that. We see the first candy cart coming in from the corner. Interesting placement. He needs to use the ability on it quite soon here, right about, yep, right there. Next cannon cart, he starts it in from the other side here, and then I'm seeing this could be a really nice battlecopter path, maybe on the elixir storage, I'm not sure. And now look, that cannon cart barely out of range of the archer tower. See, we taught Jacob how to use cannon carts more than anything, and that was one of the most important things for him to learn. So he needs to start in the battlecopter soon here. Starts in him from the top. That's going to go ahead and tank for the air expo. And you know what? Look at this. He's going to have a very nice path straight into this huge compartment here. And he needs to take out this army camp with that cannon cart real soon. And yeah, he's going for it right now. Beautiful. Now he'll be able to send in another baby dragon for that archer tower. And Jacob is looking quite good to start out here, but it's all about these baby dragons. He needs to start in the baby dragons super soon here to make sure he's got a good chance. I would start one in even, yep, okay, there's one coming from that side. It's going to go towards the elixir collector. Battlecopter is going to use his ability soon. He uses it manually to make sure it does not fly into the range of the roaster. He finds a Tesla. Here comes the baby dragon ability right there. Let's go see. Baby Dragon takes out the Expo. Now he needs to go send it in onto the Mega Tesla more than anything. But actually, he really just needs to take down this lava launcher. He needs to take down this compartment so that Baby Dragons can finish off the the candy carts can finish off the base. Now he needs to send in the candy carts. This is looking like a time fail if it's going to be anything. He's going full speed ahead into the Archer Tower. Can he take it down? He needs to move this candy cart as soon as possible. It's looking very close. He's just going to full send the candy cart, and that's going to be in range of the Archer Tower, and unfortunately, it's looking like it's going to be a time fail for Jacob, but still a very high time fail nonetheless. Now, this is going to put Team Judo. They need to get a 75% 2-star to win, it looks like. Unless he can take down this double cannon. Oh, they can. So just racking up the percentage. Every point matters here. And a 79% 2-star is what they need to absolutely not be eliminated and win this match. It is going to be close. It is going to be close. I mean, there was just a little few mistakes there. I would say what he messed up there is he probably should have taken out that Archer Tower and the Lava Launcher instead of trying to take out the Mega Tesla. That way the cannon carts can move around the rest of the base freely. But I mean, even still, a really close attack from the creator. We know that JacobsClash definitely has the least amount of practice in the builder base out of anybody. So definitely a super solid way to start this one off. And now we got to see, how will JudoSloth do? Jacob has definitely got to defend here. They got to give Jacob the best base they can. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard. And they got to make sure that Judo does not get the 6-star. We saw JudoSloth using Baby Dragons yesterday. So if they do an anti-Baby Dragon base against Judo, that could be huge for them. Again, anything less than a 79% 2-star and Team Balalaika will win this and Team Judo will lose this and be eliminated. It's coming down to the wire here. I mean, it would have been amazing to see JacobsClash get through that first stage and be able to put his team in a good position here. But now it's really going to come down to JudoSloth. Can JudoSloth pull this one off? It is going to be close. We see JudoSloth coming in now, and he is up against, oh, they're using it. Oh, wait, JudoSloth has dropships and minions selected, though. This is unexpected. I mean, we see how strong dropships and minions are, and they just need a 3-star to win this match here. Dropships and minions can be absolutely brutal here, so I mean, I guess their team needs a little bit more than a 79% 2-star. A 91% 2-star is what they need to pull this one off here, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. I forgot that FJB had a lot more percentage than Henri had on the second stage, so if this is actually going to be close, they really need to get to the second stage or else they lose here. So can JudoSloth do it for his team? It looks like he's going to be going in with the dropships and the minions here. A 91% 2-star, and that is going to be it for this team. How is he going to do it? Can he do it? I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult to get this, especially as a creator. I mean, obviously, this looks like an anti-minion dropship base somewhat, but all he has to do is start it from this side, and he's going to be looking really solid. So how is he going to do it? Here comes the first minion. Here comes the Battlecopter. Battlecopter is being placed in a little bit of an awkward position, but that is not the end of the world. And now it's kind of up to whether or not he gets the good pathing here. Now, something I'm pretty sure is there's probably going to be some air bombs on this base. They were expecting Baby Dragons, I would assume, so they're probably going to, yep, there's our first air bomb. And now Battlecopter is not doing what he wants it to. He wanted the Battlecopter to come over here and funnel out everything, but now he needs to be careful not to be in range of that Tesla. And he is putting minions all around the map here, and Judo is kind of wasting some minions here. So this Battlecopter might die. If this Battlecopter, oh no. He needs to take down this Mega Tesla as soon as possible. He's finding Teslas, and this is falling apart. Judo may be eliminated here if he cannot finish this one out. The Battlecopter is taking a lot of damage. It's not looking good, but then again, dropships, we've seen how completely overpowered they are. He needs to make sure to secure 91%, and then he'll be able to pull this one off. 91% will tie the match, actually, and then that'll have to be a little bit more difficult, but looking at how it is right now, it's not looking super good. Look, the Giant Cannon. That Giant Cannon's last shot may have saved him. I don't know. Can he get this? 86%. He's getting it up. I don't know if they're going to get it. It might be a 1-star. Battlecopter ability, 86%. The minion is going to go the wrong way. No, minion goes into the base here. If he can take this down, this will be the win here. Can Judo get it? It is so close. If that Battlecopter gets the ability, it's good. Oh, he does. Unfortunately, he gets through it with 1 minion remaining, and that is... Oh, wait a second. He has to take down the Builder Hall. It's not over yet. I think JudoSloth is going to time fail here. That he doesn't get it. He's only going to get a 1-star here. He needed to secure that Builder Hall, and even though he barely got that down, this is now going to be a time fail for JudoSloth, meaning Team Balalaika is going to advance to the next rounds here, and unfortunately, Team JudoSloth is going to be eliminated. I cannot believe that a 97% 1-star because he could not get there in time. That is absolutely insane. That is the end of the match. Team Balalaika is going to be winning this one. And JudoSloth, a noble attempt, getting a 97% 1-star, one of the highest percentages we've seen today. But unfortunately, he did not secure that Builder Hall, meaning he is not going to be able to advance here. He pulled off the attack somewhat well, but unfortunately, he did not get that last building down, and that is going to be it for Team JudoSloth, unfortunate. I mean, they played really well. We saw a 6-star, a 5-star, and a very high 1-star, and it was such a close match. This one was the closest one we have seen today, and that is going to be it for the match. That was super unfortunate. So now we're going to see the winner of Team Judo, the underdogs here, is going to be Balalaika. We see Balalaika, they have FJB, number 13 in the world, Maxkiller, number 9, and JacobsClash. JacobsClash is a super small creator here, trying to prove that small creators still have a place in this tournament. Only 2,000 subscribers compared to JudoSloth's like 3 million. I mean, it's definitely a little bit of disparity there. And Natramia and Henri, they tried their best, and they were doing shot for shot with the players, but unfortunately, Judo not securing that builder haul made it impossible for them to win this one, and it was just not up to time. That was such an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, if you guys remember, the very first attack we saw here, Maxkiller barely got this with 1 second remaining because the Barbarian went to the corner and took out the army camp. And that is honestly another thing that won the match here. If they did not get that 1-star, they would have lost on percentage here. That was a super close match, the closest match we have seen today. And I mean, this is an amazing match to watch. I mean, this is exactly what we're looking for. And what we're going to be going into the next match here is the final winners bracket match and the final match of the day, which is going to be the Architects. The Architects, of course, have CarbonFin, Psychopath, and Hallow. These are all some of the best players in the world, some of the best base builders in the world. And they're going to be going up against Team Itzu, the team to beat. Team Itzu got 17 stars yesterday, Daniel getting a 6-star, Itzu getting a 6-star, and Gobos getting a 5-star. This is the second highest score we've seen in the entire tournament up till like so far. And Itzu at 5,000 trophies, I mean, Itzu as well has a number 1 finish in the builder base. This was a little bit outdated finish, but even still, it's clear that he still has some skill in the builder base. So how are they going to be able to win this one? I mean, the Architects, we saw CarbonFin did not do super well. Itzu got a 6-star yesterday, whereas CarbonFin got a 1-star, 58%. And Psychopath got a 6-star, and Blob, unfortunately, did not get a 6-star. He got a 5-star. I mean, it's quite close. It is quite close. It's going to be an interesting match, to say the least, and this match should be coming pretty soon. We'll go ahead and see if any of the players are available now to do it. They're not scheduled to play for another 20 minutes, so we may have to wait a little bit just to ensure that everyone's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and see if anyone's interested in coming in. And wow, that was absolutely an insane finish here from Team Balalaika. Team Balalaika, they got only 6 stars combined as a team yesterday, and now they're coming out with I think, how many stars did they get? Let's go ahead and look at see if I have the final score still pulled up here. They do not. I think they got a total of 13 stars, if I'm correct, to win this one. Is it up there? I think 13 stars, right, a 13-star lead compared to their 6 stars they got yesterday, and that is going to put them in a much better position here going into day 3 of the tournament now. They have not been eliminated, and it is going to be a very interesting match to watch. So we're just going to go ahead and see whether or not our next match is ready soon. And yep, okay, so we're going to have to wait a little bit. Let's one moment. And we're going to have to wait a little bit for our last match here. Of course, this is going to be the best match of the day. We have Team Itzu, the biggest, highest scoring match here versus the Architects. And I mean, you guys can cast your votes now. I think Team Itzu is definitely the team to beat here in this entire tournament. Team Itzu versus Team Midnight Bash is going to be the closest one I believe we'll have. I mean, we saw that Team Itzu put up 17 stars yesterday, and Team Midnight Bash put up 18 stars today, the first perfect war of the tournament. And this one is going to be super close. So this match will be coming in somewhat soon. We have Itzu coming into the clan now, and we're going to be waiting on his top player, Daniel. And let's just go take a look at this team here. We see Daniel 5 has a number 1 finish, right? But right now, if we're going to go ahead and look at Daniel in the world leaderboards here, we're going to also see that Daniel not only has a number 1 finish as well, he is currently the number 1 player in the world right now in the builder base. So this is definitely an overpowered team, and we have the current number 1 player, the former number 1 player, and the former number 9 player all put together on the same team. And I'll be honest, maybe I didn't balance this team too much. We know that Itzu is one of the top players here. I mean, even finishing number 1 in the home village last season and finishing number 1 in the builder base previously, it's going to be close. It's going to be definitely a really nice match, and I'm excited for this. I mean, we definitely saved one of the best for last. We saw some amazing matches today. Seeing that last match versus JudoSloth and Balalaika, even the first match where we saw a complete 18-star victory for Team Clash Bashing, Team Midnight Bash, and this is going to be a super fun match to watch here, and I'm really excited to see how the tournament will progress here. I mean, we have a lot of teams left here, so while we're going to be waiting here for all the players on this team to come back, I mean, we are ahead of schedule here, so we have some extra time. Let's just go ahead and see what teams we'll be seeing on day 3 of this tournament. Day 3 of this tournament is going to be coming in on the 17th of February. So if we go ahead and we see, our first match we'll probably have is going to be Team Goated. Team Goated has a... Oh, wait, no, never mind, not them. In the winners bracket, sorry, not the losers bracket, our first match we're going to see is Children of Auto. Children of Auto, we just saw knocked out Team Goated here into the losers bracket, and Children of Auto are going to be going up against either Team Itzu or Team Balalaika. I mean, we're not quite sure. I mean, we see Children of Auto are definitely one of the teams to beat here. They've been doing insanely good. They are just absolutely walking through everyone. And we know Children of Auto now are either going to face the Architects or Team Itzu. Now, in the losers bracket, we know the losers bracket is going to be, we got Goated. And Goated, they beat Midnight Bash in the first day in the first match. But now they're going to be coming right back down to face Midnight Bash, one of the most strong teams here. Midnight Bash lost on the first day. And this is going to be a really good match because, of course, these teams are very evenly matched. I mean, we look at Goated. Fury has multiple number 2 finishes. They have their own base builder. They have a solid creator who nearly got into the second stage today, but Midnight Bash putting up a perfect war today. They have the 3-time number 1 player SeaSickShrimp, a top 10 player Jopo, and Clash Bashing. So that will be the first match we'll be going into, I believe, on day 17. And then additionally, we're going to have Team Balalaika going up against either the Architects or Team Itzu. I mean, we saw the Architects already face Team Balalaika, shutting them out to 6 stars to, I believe, 11 stars. Not necessarily a crazy score, but it's still going to be anybody's game. I mean, the Architects are a super strong team. Hallow and or Blib has a former number 1 finish. Psychopath is a genius base builder with the top 10, well, nearly a top 10 finish. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this works. I'm very glad to see how, I mean, many amazing matches we've already had today. I mean, Team Judo, I'm super glad we could get him to come out here. It is unfortunate that he just unfortunately lost to time there, but I was super glad to see him here. I mean, obviously, very big creator to have for this tournament. Really glad to get all these people who agreed to come in here, so I have to thank him for coming out. It's unfortunate he's going to be eliminated on day 2, but I'm super glad that we still are going to be able to get JudoSloth into the tournament. So thank you, JudoSloth, for coming. You did well, and it's unfortunate you lost to the 97%. And now we just have to see whether or not Team Balalaika, I mean, Team Balalaika, again, is definitely one of the weaker teams left in the tournament. We saw a somewhat good score here, but they just need to keep training JacobsClash, and now they have a week to train Jacob. Jacob, again, he only started learning Builder Base a couple days ago for this tournament, so we're going to have to keep teaching him because he just is already, he got somewhat lucky. His team is still going to be in this tournament, but it is not over yet. So, I mean, you guys can go place your bets for who you think is going to win the entire tournament. Of course, right now, the teams that will be left for day 3 are going to be the Architects, Balalaika, Team Itzu, Midnight Bash, Goated, and Children of Auto. These are the 6 teams which we will be seeing in day 3. And it's anybody's game here. We see Children of Auto knocked out Goated players, which was kind of a surprising win here. We saw that Beaker didn't necessarily get the best score here, but even still, he was able to pull it off. And their team are still advancing. We saw, I believe, 2 6-stars from Sscion and from Galaxy. And then additionally, the Architects and Team Itzu, they're looking really strong. I'm unsure who I'm going for. I mean, obviously, Midnight Bash is, if you're looking at the statistics, Midnight Bash is the best team in the match right now, getting an 18-star war, having the 3-star time number 1 winner here. But the thing is, though, they're going to be in the losers bracket all the way for the rest of the tournament. Because they lost that very first match yesterday, they are already starting off with a disadvantage, and they cannot play it safe. They have to always go for it, because if they lose one match, they will be eliminated. So all we're waiting on now is for the final match of the tournament, which is going to be starting here somewhat soon. We are, again, ahead of schedule, so we're just waiting on Daniel to hop in here. But Itzu is going to be super, super menacing for these teams to go against. Luckily, no team in this match will be eliminated, so they still have a very good shot. And we're hoping that we can see some pretty good matches here. I mean, obviously, this match is going to be one of the better ones, but I'm going to go ahead and go take a break real quick while we're waiting for the next match, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, well, this is kind of random, but CarbonFin challenged his home base, and now, I guess to pass time, we're going to go ahead and see whether or not a builder-based player is going to be able to take down CarbonFin's home base. We see that he's going to be bringing in the new AshJer's Dragons here up against CarbonFin. This is going to be interesting. I mean, hey, anything to pass some time, I suppose. So let's go ahead. Let's go see if we can get a 6-star. He's just spamming. This is the one of the best builder base players in the world, and we're gonna go see how good he is at home base. I mean, obviously he's just going in full send with the AshJer's immediate warden ability. Maybe builder base players aren't as good at the home base, but I mean, still, let's go see CarbonFin versus a builder base player. I mean, you know, something I've thought about doing is a like builder base pros versus like home village pros in the home village, because I feel like you would be surprised to see like how good some of these players are. I mean, SeaSickShrimp is still a solid player. You know, Daniel05 has a top 200 finish last season in the home base. Like, it's definitely, we have some really solid home base players in the builder base, but I don't think this one's quite going to be looking like CarbonFin's going to defend with a 1-star. So definitely not starting out too much. I mean, people are saying easy base. You'd be surprised. I mean, he still has a blimp ready. All right, here's the plan. Can he take down the builder hall? I mean, I play too much builder base. Can he take down the town hall? That's the question. The answer is no, he can't. So I mean, it'd be interesting to see if Itzu will go against CarbonFin just to pass some time here. But it's super good to see JudoSloth in the chat saying thanks for organizing it all. For sure, man. I mean, I'm super glad you agreed to join here, and I'm super glad I could get you in this. I'm very thankful for you. So thank you for showing up, and thank you for taking one. I know you didn't necessarily win, but it's still super cool. The last 2 days are going to be the 17th and the 18th, so we'll see that. But yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the final match here. FJB, yeah. See if we can get FJB into a match here. FJB is currently in a builder-based match, but FJB as well is in a champion 1 clan in the home village. He is a max town hall 16. A lot of these builder-based players are completely max town hall 16s, and a lot of people I don't think really expect it. Let's go see. Okay, FJB into the next match here. Again, we saw FJB. He didn't quite get the 6-star, and look at him. He's running into a lot of bombs here. That's going to definitely mess him up. And now we're going to have to go ahead and see whether or not FJB can pull off the recovery here. We're just kind of stalling here for a second. Daniel is going to be a little bit away for a little bit, so you can just take a break. I mean, he should be coming here in roughly 10 minutes. So we'll have to go see if Daniel can pull this one off. To come in. But again, Team Itzu, they're looking super strong. Of course, we will be waiting for Daniel because, I mean, we have enough time. I mean, if you guys are going to stick around for it, you're going to be in for a really nice match. And we saw Team Itzu definitely looking like one of the best teams in the tournament right now. And I want to go ahead and see whether or not that's going to remain the case. So we're going to see if anyone is going to challenge the base here. We're going to see if we can get FJB into a live attack on the home village, and if he doesn't do it, then I'm going to do it because I have a max tunnel 16 too. I'm going to show you guys this builder based skill in action here. Although, I mean, I haven't played the home village in so long. Like, once builder base 2.0 dropped, I have not been on the home village since then. And look, Daniel 5 actually showing up now. Let's go ahead and see if he's ready for the tournament. I think he's still not home yet, but I mean, we can go ahead and start with one of the matches here. We could do Hallow versus Gobos or something, and we'll have to go see how this works. Let me go make sure we get Psychopath showing up. Let's go see. Alright, I mean, we are nearly about to get into the final match of the day here. Sorry, we got to do a little bit of stalling here. It's just want to make sure we got everyone coming in. So FJB is possibly going to attack. I'm not sure. We're going to go ahead once again look at the team matches we got coming up, and we'll be getting into this match very, very soon. All right, and it's looking like Daniel is here and it is nearly time to start. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go see whether or not we can go get him in. So we're going to have Daniel going up against, I believe, let me go see who's matched up against. I think he's going to go against Hallow to start it off. We're going to go be getting into this very first match very soon, though. We got to make sure Psychopath is going to hop in here soon, but for now, we're going to go ahead and get ready to start. Again, it is Team Itzu versus the Architects, the final match of the day. And it should be a really solid match here. I mean, Team Itzu, again, we saw yesterday, got 17 stars. So, I mean, we know they're definitely the team to beat here. And additionally, the Architects as well still beat their match pretty well. It's going to be CarbonFin versus Itzu to finish this whole thing off. It's going to be a close match, so I'm very excited to see who's going to win this one. So why don't we go ahead and see whether or not we can start with Daniel here. Psychopath is unfortunately not here yet. But we're going to go hope that he can show up before the match is over. So we're going to start off with Daniel versus Blob here. And then if Psychopath doesn't show up, unfortunately, they will have to be disqualified for this tournament, but they will not be out of this tournament. They'll just be in the loser's bracket, but we're hoping we can get them to hop in here somewhat soon. Again, we don't really know for sure whether or not they will, but hopefully somewhat soon that Psychopath will hop in. So we're going to have Gobos come in pretty soon here. He said he hopes he didn't set his alarm for no reason because he just woke up, but they're just finishing up the traps here, and we're about to get into our first match. We're going to have Blob, again, one of the top players in the world, #1 finisher, and he's going to be starting off against the other #1 in the world, which is going to be Daniel. It's an even match here, #1 versus #1. They're both super solid, and they're looking to get some pretty good trades on each other. Everyone is trying to trap each other and make sure they can get the advantage over each other, and right now that's what Daniel's doing right now. Daniel's making sure he has his traps, and we're going to try and see whether or not it's going to pull off, whether or not it's going to be what he needs. And now we will be getting into it quite soon. So go ahead and say who you cast your vote for to win here. I mean, obviously the Team Itzu is looking like it's going to be a very risky team to try and go against. They're really, really solid there. And so I don't know. The Architects, they did win their first match quite easily, but it is unsure whether or not they're going to be able to do the second match just as easy. So while Daniel finishes his traps, it's going to be him attacking Hallow first, and then we'll get into it shortly. So let's go see whether or not it'll be time. I'm going to keep messaging Psychopath to hopefully have him show up. I mean, if he doesn't show up, again, they're not eliminated from the tournament, but it would still be unfortunate. So we have Hallow posting his base now, and Daniel's going in, and here starts the last match of the day. We have Daniel going up against Hallow, and Hallow is using a very interesting base here. Something to notice is it looks quite difficult for you to get any value anywhere. The lava launcher protects every single big defense here, and that is not what you want to see for Daniel. Daniel prefers to use these baby dragon strategies where you can take out these huge valuable things, but right now he can't. And look at this back end here. Giant cannon with 3 archer towers. That's a dangerous combo. Now, if you can hit him with like a cannon cart strategy and take out this huge compartment just with the battlecopter, that would be pretty catastrophic for him, but he needs to get down that lava launcher. So right now Daniel is changing to a dropship, 2 packs of archers, and a cannon cart. A really interesting and unique composition here, and he might be able to pull this one off, hopefully. Okay, here we go. We have the match starting. He's going to start in the archer up at the very top, and he's going to go try and take out the roaster here. Now, this is probably trapped. We know this for sure because this is a lot of value, and this is the only place where you can get some easy cannon cart value right up at the top here with the roaster. So we're hoping that this is not going to get too much traps here, because if Daniel starts this off with a fail here, that's going to put Team Itzu already in the kind of bad position. Here we go. He's finding all the bombs here now. He's going to go ahead and take out the archer tower. He's starting some archers to just take down some of the trash buildings around the base here too. And then it's going to be all down to the battlecopter, the dropships, and the baby dragons. Here we go. He is going to go take out the roaster, and now it's all about whether or not he can finish this off. Look, he's going to go take down the air bombs now. That is definitely a big oversight. So Daniel, even though there was no easy cannon cart value, is still going to get 2 of the biggest air defenses down before he's even started in any of his troops. And now with that, the battlecopter and the dropship are going to be able to kind of crush the base here. He's probably going to use the ability quite soon here just to take down everything pretty quickly. Here we go. Dropship plus the battlecopter ability, absolutely wrecking everything. And here comes the baby dragon in. It's going to go try and take down the Mega Tesla. And this is looking like a really clean first stage. I mean, the Mega Tesla is still targeted onto that dropship, meaning his baby dragons are safe to continue out here. And they're going to go get hit on by the Mega Tesla, but even still, he does not need to waste an ability here. 1 HP Baby Dragon, if he hits an air bomb, it is kind of a bad spot for him to be in, but with that, he is making sure he's going to be able to take out his base here. He has 2 Baby Dragons, a cannon cart remaining, and now Daniel's looking super solid to go to the next stage and get a 6-star to start off the match, which will make this the 4th match in a row starting with a 6-star from one team. We have seen the top players bring in their A game. We have only seen one player here fail today, and that is going super well. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we're still trying to message everybody to try and, we would rather not have to make an adjustment here, because if Psychopath doesn't show up, we really can't do anything. But here we go on to the second stage. You can get a lot of cannon cart value up here, and he is bringing all baby dragons. He has 4 baby dragon abilities left here. Daniel, one of the best players in the world, #1 in the world right now, showing you why he is there. And we're hoping that we can get a really, really solid hit here. He's going to go ahead, take out the easy first firecracker. And you might be wondering, why would he not go for this cannon up here with 2 firecrackers? The guard post units would definitely prove to be an issue. And additionally, if you pay attention here, there is going to be 3 Teslas, I think, on this base here. I mean, yeah, there's 3 Teslas on this base, so we know there's going to be some traps, and it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to finish off here without them. So we got to make sure that he's being careful here. That is why the first stage was probably easier, is because it had all 14 defenses, not a single Tesla. And where these Teslas are, you know, this is not a guaranteed 6-star. So we got to see whether or not he's still going to be able to pull it off. The Architects here still, they look like they still have a good chance. We know Hallow started off the match nearly with a 6-star. He just made a really small mistake yesterday and only got a 5-star, but we know he is one of the best players in the world. Now Daniel is going to sacrifice his cannon cart to go take down this final air defense. You may think that was a mistake. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I think he just weighed the options here and knew that taking down this air defense was more important than keeping the cannon cart alive. Here's the first Tesla, and we're going to find the second Tesla soon. There's the second Tesla. Here comes another baby dragon ability, and this one is looking absolutely crushed. Even with these sneaky traps, he's still going to be able to swag 2 baby dragon abilities. He may not even need that last baby dragon at all. And that is Daniel showing you why he is the #1 player in the world right now, and why he is a former #1 player, not even using his last baby dragon just to prove a point. A beautiful first attack from Daniel to start off this base. He's going to go take out this final building with the battlecopter ability, and there is our first 6-star to start the match off. So the Architects definitely have to kind of prove themselves here, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So we're going to go hope that we can get some pretty solid attacks here from Blob in response here to try and keep his team in the running here. And what they really need to hope for is that Gobos makes a 2-star, because right now it does not look like their other teammate is showing up, and we can't wait forever for him. So if he doesn't show up somewhat soon, we're going to have to move on without him. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to just give it a second. We're going to let Blob kind of attack for a little bit, and we're going to go see. I mean, worst case scenario, we may be able to get a substitution for Psychopath, but we really would rather not do that. So, I mean, obviously, the next match is going to be pretty close. We're going to just give it a little bit more time. And let's go ahead and see. We mean, with the Architects, the person missing here is Psychopath. And wait a second, they're into their next match here with Hallow up against Daniel. And this is the same base, I think, that Hallow attacked yesterday and 6-starred. And so the question here is, do they know this, and are they using this base on purpose to trap him for the approach he used yesterday? Because if you look at it, Hallow is using the same exact approach, so he needs to be careful. This could spell disaster for his team, and we're going to go ahead and see whether or not it will matter. So if they trap for him, this could be a very big mistake. I mean, any Teslas up at the very top right there would definitely help him pull this, like, absolutely really run into a few issues here, and we're gonna have to see whether or not it will matter. So we see Hallow waiting patiently here, making sure he's not going to make any bad decisions. Again, he attacked this base yesterday, and he nearly 6-starred it yesterday. And if Team Itzu knows this, they may be trapping it for him on purpose, and he's going with a different approach than he used yesterday. This is going to be a very interesting approach, because we saw him start from the top yesterday, and if they trapped for him, this is a genius move by him to make sure he's going to avoid any of those traps. He's still playing it carefully. He's letting his cannon carts just sit still. He's going to go ahead, move the battlecopter, and probably, yep, from this side over here, take down the Archer Towers. Baby Dragon's going to come in there and hopefully be able to help him finish this one off. And of course, he needs to start off with a 6-star here to keep his team in the running here, especially if his teammate doesn't show up today. I mean, we may have a substitution for him, we may not. We don't really know how we will substitute here, but Itzu is looking like they're going to still have a really good shot here. So we're going to go ahead and see whether or not this will work. I mean, CarbonFin, we did see he had somewhat of a rough attack yesterday, but then again, you never know. He could have been just could have been waiting just to show off his real skill today. So we're going to go see whether or not he can still pull it off. We're going to go send in a Baby Dragon for the Air Expo. That should take out the Lava Launcher, and it's going to be a close match here. He's going to be kind of on the edge of time, and his cannon carts are going to have to hope they don't find any bombs, but even still, it is looking like he's going to look pretty good here. So, and we'll go ahead and see whether or not if he can take out the air bombs and take out the air lowered archer tower. And now, as long as he gets this down in time, he is looking super solid for a 6-star. He is staying out of range of that lowered archer tower. Now he can full send all the cannon carts forward. He's just going to let one move forward for now. Now he's sending in the other one, and he may have been waiting to see if he would find traps. Look at that. He's just going to make sure not to play it risky. He's going to go for the easy finish clear here, not going to move his cannon carts to accidentally find any bombs. And right now this is looking super solid that the Architects might be able to start this off with their own 6-star to tie up the match up against Team Itzu. I mean, this will be very important, especially we may need to find substitution, and if the substitution is here, he's going to be very rushed. We don't know how good he's going to do, so we need to make sure that they're trying their best here. So he has 2 giants selected. I'm guessing he's not going to use that. He's probably going to send in some more cannon carts. Cannon carts are the strongest troop against second stages right now because they can outrange every single defense. I mean, you can outrange the cannon, double cannon, cannon, crusher, cannon. Only thing you cannot outrange is, of course, the multi-mortar, but that may not be the worst thing. Here we go. He starts in a Barbarian with 2 cannon carts, and that's a smart move. He doesn't need 4 cannon carts here. I mean, of course, 4 cannon carts will help, but with the Barbarians, he can take out both the corner buildings, which he's doing right over here, and then he can send in the cannon carts without worrying about getting trapped here. And now he's going to take out the guard post units too. The archer coming out first, which is really nice. And here we go. He's going to go ahead, take out that archer, gets hit with a mortar shot, and now he's going to wait and let these cannon carts take out all the auto outpost zappies. They're going to go ahead and do a lot of damage over here too, because they're going to go take out the double cannon, the crusher, and this is looking like it's going to be a pretty solid hit here. Look at the cannon carts taking out all the zappies with splash damage there. It's a really smart move to just try and let them take some more splash damage. And now we're going to see this cannon carts on both sides here are just going to funnel out the base. He should use 1 Barbarian from the corner, and here comes the battle machine. The Barbarian's probably going to come in from the other corner any minute now. And now these cannon carts are looking super solid. Now, unfortunately, I don't think he wanted them to go this way. They're going to be going a weird direction. Look at the battle machine. The battle machine goes and takes out the other corner building. That's actually a super clutch move there. And now he's going to pause his cannon carts to try and make sure he can get them to go towards this other crusher. You really want to get that crusher down as soon as possible with this battle machine. And now I think he may not be able to get that maneuver. He still should be fine though. I mean, he does have the battle machine ability onto the crusher. And look, the cannon carts are beating through a wall. That's honestly best case scenario. Barbarian comes up top to try and funnel in the battle machine a little bit more. That's definitely what he needs to happen. And this is going to be another 6-star firing back at Daniel. And this was a really good 6-star with 3 cannon carts remaining. The battle machine's up. He has plenty of time. And this was a really perfect attack here. Even though he won against the same base he did yesterday, he still used a different approach and got this almost the same result. So a really solid attack from Hallows to start this one off. And we're going to go see whether or not we're going to have the creators attack first or not, because we are still waiting on that one last member. We may have the creators attacking first, which will kind of set the tone for the top players so they know how well they need to do. Let's go ahead and see real quick. We're going to go really quickly just put Itzu up against CarbonFin, I guess, before anything. We're just going to get to that match in a minute. I mean, of course, the Architects versus Team Itzu are definitely a very, very close match here. CarbonFin versus Itzu, though. We saw Carbon got a 1-star yesterday. And on the other hand, Team Itzu got a 6-star up against a base. Now, it was a pretty bad base, so we don't know. But we're going to just keep seeing if we can convince a player to join, and or if we can get that other player to show up, because this is one of the best matches of the day, so we're just going to hope that we don't have an issue. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start first with CarbonFin versus Itzu, as opposed to normally we put the players up first, but since we are missing the player right now, we're just going to go ahead and start in with CarbonFin versus Itzu to see whether or not it's going to be close. So why don't we go ahead, and I mean if Psychopath doesn't show up, we may have Hallow fight for him. I'll go do that too. So let's go ahead and just do CarbonFin versus Itzu. I believe we'll have, let's go see. Itzu will be attacking CarbonFin first. Let's get that ready. Here goes CarbonFin attack, putting up his base, and now it's up to Itzu to do one for his team. So can Itzu pull this off? Of course, Team Itzu. Itzu did get the 6-star yesterday, and we're going to go see whether or not he's going to do well. Oh, Itzu posted his base too. Let's do Itzu attacking first. That way we don't get two at the same time. All right. Sorry, this is a little bit of a last-minute coordination here, unfortunate. One moment. All right, here we go. Let's just go look at the teams here while we go continue to arrange it. We're going to have CarbonFin going up against Itzu here in a moment. And now if Psychopath doesn't show up, we don't really have a backup plan here. So let's just go see how CarbonFin does. He's going up against Itzu. This base is a very interesting base for him to use here. And I don't know how Carbon's going to take this down. I mean, we saw Carbon use P.E.K.K.A.s yesterday, but now he's bringing out the baby dragons. So we don't know whether the P.E.K.K.A.s were intentionally used yesterday to try and trip them up, and he actually learned baby dragons, or if he learned multiple strategies, or if he's just hoping for the best. We have no clue what's going to happen, but let's go ahead and see. He's switching to Battle Machine. It looks like he might go with P.E.K.K.A.s again. Here come the P.E.K.K.A.s. And is this base a good base for P.E.K.K.A.s? Well, let's go ahead and take a look here. We see the double cannon, the crusher, and the mega Tesla, the roaster, all in the same place. If they could get a giant onto the air bombs in a perfect position, he would be tanking for all these three big defenses, but I'm not sure that's what's going to work best here. He is bringing a dropship now, though. Actually, wait a second. He's switching. CarbonFin's going with the dropships and the minions. This is, wow, three separate armies in one attack. We haven't figured it out, but it looks like he's going to land on this one. Let's go see how this is going to work. I mean, we see so many defenses are all clustered up right there. That would be huge for him to get right there. So why don't we go ahead and see. He starts in the battlecopter onto the builder hall. This is not the worst approach for him to be going with, and now we're going to have the minions probably come in here, attack the roaster, and then attack the mega Tesla. So if the battlecopter goes the right way, and it does, that's huge. Now he's starting in the minions. He's just getting them to kind of tank for everything. And then now, why don't we go ahead? We're going to go see whether or not we can take out. Oh, wow, okay. The dropships, they're definitely getting spammed down. He needs to put, no, he doesn't need another dropship. He needs to just have this dropship tank, and then now dropships are being tanking for everything. And if he can get down this huge area, he needs to use battlecopter ability immediately. There we go. This huge area, you know, this isn't looking that bad for Carbon. He's going to use the dropship ability onto the Mega Tesla. Now the skeletons are tanking for everything, and now all that's really left alive is this Air Expo and this Archer Tower. Battlecopter ability right now would be huge just to move his battlecopter into a tanking position. Unfortunately, he's not doing it. He's not going to do it, and that might be the mistake that's going to cost him here, is that he didn't get his battlecopter into the right position here. If he got his battlecopter right there, it would have tanked for all the minions. So if he can still get down this Expo, there's a chance. Now he gets the Expo down, but unfortunately he already lost most of his minions, and it's looking like it might be a time fail 2-star. So this is quite an unfortunate turn of events here. I mean, I feel like there was just that one slight mistake, which is going to make this a whole lot harder. But now we don't really have a great shot at getting through this. I mean, he has a chance. It's just he has to get through a whole lot. We saw JudoSloth failed with one minion remaining earlier today. So it's probably going to be the same situation here. This minion, if he gets down the clock tower, the army camp, and then works on to the laboratory with the battlecopter, there's a chance. He needs to use this battlecopter ability once he gets it to level 2 to get it down. You know, it might, I think he might get it. Here comes a minion taking down the army camp. It's looking like if he gets his ability off in time, he's going to be able to take it down. Here we go. And then with 3-2, and there we go. 3 seconds left, and he's going to be able to take this down in time. And now we're looking super solid. So let's go see if we had Psychopath show up. He did not yet, so it's looking like he's probably not going to be here in time. Why don't we go ahead? We're going to have CarbonFin going to the second stage here. He's bringing baby dragons. This is not a bad decision against the second stage. If he gets the battlecopter in from this corner or in from this side, he might be able to take down all the firecrackers and the zappies with the battlecopter. That would be pretty solid. It's still unknown whether or not he's going to be able to get to the 5-star though. A 5-star from CarbonFin here would be absolutely massive. That would maybe change the shift of everything. And then they just got to hope for two 2-stars. I mean, that's a big ask for all these top players, especially since Gobos wouldn't be able to play, but I'm not quite sure. We'll have to go see. How is Carbon going to do this? This 5-star is going to be so important for his team here, especially if he can get a pretty high percentage 5-star. Battlecopter starts from the corner. Now he's probably going to start in the baby dragons to go take down these firecrackers, and then he does not really need a whole lot here. The minion can do some cleanup on one of the sides. So if he can get the baby dragon, here comes the minion from the corner. He'll probably he better not put the baby dragon too close or else that minion will die. Perfect. Look, the battlecopter is tanking one firecracker. The baby dragon is tanking another. And now he is looking like he's definitely going to get that builder haul down. And now it's about, can he salvage the 5-star here? He's saving his last baby dragon. He's not wasting his troops immediately, which is really good. You'd like to see that. We see some creators may accidentally play too many troops at once, but he is just taking his time. And now here comes the next baby dragon from the next corner. And battlecopter ability, there we go. Battlecopter ability is going to take out all the zappies, tank for that firecracker. And that's really good. You want that in that tanking position. Unfortunately, though, a Tesla pops up. That's going to make this a little bit more difficult. And now I'm really hoping that we can still see he gets to the 5-star, and that's exactly what he needed. That is all that he needed. CarbonFin, we saw him with the 1-star yesterday, and this is one of the best attacks we've seen from a creator right here from CarbonFin right now. So this is still putting his match really in a good spot here. I'm just really hoping that we can get to a good finish here. So now it's going to be Itzu up against CarbonFin, and we just got to see whether or not he can pull it off. Now, I mean, it'll be very interesting, very interesting. We have the 5-star from CarbonFin. We had the 6-star from Hallow, and that's going to put their team at 11 stars. That's how many stars they had yesterday. But now they need to hope for a defense up against Itzu, and for somehow they need to get that last player in there somewhere. We don't really have a great last player or a great idea for it. We're just going to have to keep calling him. CarbonFin says he was listening to me while I was streaming to do what I suggested. I thought you might be, so I started saying things to try and help you out. Once I saw you go from the corner. Yeah, earlier dropship ability. Let me go see if I can, while we're waiting, just to see who might have a suggestion. I'll go speak with Daniel real quick about what he would like to do. Let me go see. But right now, it's going to be Itzu up against Carbon here in a moment. And now we have Carbon defending up against Itzu, and let's go see how this works out. We have, a very difficult base here. I think we saw this base recently up against him. And we're going to go see if he's going to be able to come in and get a 6-star yet again for the team. He has P.E.K.K.A selected, but we don't know which. He probably knows how to use P.E.K.K.As too. We know Itzu is one of the former #1 players in the builder base. And now we'll have to go see whether or not he can still keep that skill. I mean, we saw him get a 6-star yesterday, which is super solid. Now, can he still do it today? So we're going to go see. He's switching to baby dragons. And we're going to go see whether or not this is going to work against his base. He needs to at least get to the second stage here. Because if he does not get to the second stage, that's going to put his team at a major deficit, meaning that Psychopath, if he somehow shows up, all he needs to do is get like a 4-star or 5-star to win the match. I mean, CarbonFin absolutely came out punching here with that 11-star total victory they got with just 2 attacks so far. I mean, definitely a huge attack from CarbonFin. It was a very close to being a time fail, but he still was able to pull it off quite well. Now we're going to see Itzu starts in the battlecopter from this corner here. That's going to let him charge up his battlecopter ability super well. And now we see, just like Daniel, we know Daniel's his teammate. Daniel's helping him out with what to do. That's going to take out that roaster. And that roaster, he's going to take out the lowered archer tower too. That is a huge pickup for archers, and that's going to make it a lot easier for these baby dragons to work throughout this base. Of course, this back end over here is a little scary, but look, once he gets down this roaster, he can send a baby dragon straight onto the Mega Tesla, and that's going to be a super solid approach there. So let's go ahead. We'll see the 2 archers onto the roaster now. He's probably going to get to the lowered archer tower as well. And then it's going to make it a little bit more complicated, although he is still out of range of the air expo. And wow, he's really kind of tearing this base up. I'll be honest, this does not look good for CarbonFin's base right now, especially just because of the pathing you get with the baby dragons right now. The fact that baby dragon can go straight into the Mega Tesla, although look, he's finding some traps. He might have to waste another baby dragon there, and there goes the baby dragon. So now he has to spend another one there. It probably isn't the end of the world though, because that ability will take out the rest of the base. And Itzu is looking like he is coming out of retirement for the builder base, going to get a huge attack for them. Right now he has 2 baby dragon abilities he hasn't even used yet, and here comes the last one. So this back end is a little menacing, I'll be honest. He did accidentally use a baby dragon ability a little bit too early. That's going to get some more shots onto his baby dragons, and will he hit another air bomb? He does not, but it is still a super solid attack. And if Itzu is able to get a 6-star here, oh, he finds an air bomb that kills the baby dragon. Now it's going to come down to how can he do on the second stage. Will he be able to pull off the second stage? That's the biggest thing. Let's go ahead and see. He's going to go into it. He has to bring cannon carts, I believe. Oh, this is a really good second stage to defend against this army, though. Let's go. I mean, this second stage, you can't easily use cannon carts here, because you use cannon carts here, they are going to get sprung up, they're going to hit the builder hall, they're going to get defended by the mortar, or they're just not going to get value. So a really smart second stage here, because this is a very anti-baby dragon second stage. I don't know if Itzu has seen one like this. This is an older second stage, so this will be a very difficult one for him to take down. So we're trying to see whether or not it'll still work out for him. Let's go see. Let's go see. We have Itzu up against this, and he's bringing in a baby dragon and a P.E.K.K.A. Okay. Interesting. So what he's probably going to try and do is take down these 2 air defenses on the outside with the baby dragon. Oh, okay, no P.E.K.K.A. anymore. All right, I guess the battle machine is just going to try and take it all down. I mean, this could work. This could really work, because if the baby dragons take down these 3 firecrackers with the 3 abilities they have, then that's all it's leaving for him, is if he can take down these 2 firecrackers from this corner, which is exactly what he's going for. That'll be huge. But look, the battle machine is going to go for this wall, and it may not reach this last firecracker. That's going to be a little bit unfortunate. I know he was definitely not hoping for that, but even still, a baby dragon on the elixir storage, a baby dragon on the elixir collector, that will still take out, I think, 2 firecrackers, and then he'll have 1 baby dragon free here. So we're going to see he has the archer coming in from the corner to make sure he's not going to time fail. Here comes the battle machine ability. He doesn't need it to chain yet. He'll probably use the chain onto the cannon here if he can. He's going to have to use the ability a little early. Look at these Gobos units absolutely causing problems here for him. So here comes the battle machine. He goes in. His chain is dodging the... Oh, he did not get to that firecracker like he wanted to. And now the baby dragon placements, I don't know if those were the best placements. Look at this. This baby dragon is just not going to get a good chain or ability inside. He does secure the 5-star. That's what matters. That 5-star is secured. All he needs is the baby dragon ability. He's going to be able to get a relatively high 5-star as well. I think he might match the same 5-star as Carbon. No, look at that baby dragon splash getting so much more. So now he 1-upped Carbon just by a little bit of percentage, and now it's all down to the last players and whether or not we have a substitute or who will show up. So just give me a moment. We're going to discuss real quick how we should do this, and we'll get to this last final part of the match. Psychopath has just joined the clan right as we were about to disqualify their team. That is the best timing I've ever seen from him. I mean, quite literally, it just said, okay, we're going to disqualify him. And he just immediately joins the clan last minute. He had no time to spare. And now this is going to put this match actually at a very interesting end. I know this was a little bit annoying for everyone who had to wait. I mean, I know we got a lot of people waiting to see how this is going to end out. But Psychopath, right at the end of the amount of time, just comes in. He said he was napping, and he's here. Let me go see. He's definitely a little late. He definitely is way too late. Yeah, that's. He doesn't know how close he was to being disqualified. Yeah, we thought he was gone. We thought he was at a meeting. Wow, yeah, we had just decided, yeah, you're going to have to disqualify him because Team Itzu, wouldn't be fair necessarily to put a substitute for him because that, we didn't agree on that. And right as I was about to say, okay, he joins the clan out of nowhere. So it's time. It is time. And now he's up against Gobos. So we're going to go put him up against Gobos. And it's time to get to the final match here. And we actually have a good resolution here. I was going to be a little bummed out if Psychopath didn't make it, because then we would just have to disqualify them. And this is a close match. So right at the end of the match here, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Psychopath is going to be attacking Gobos to start out. And he just needs to stay focused and needs a 6-star. The score right now is nearly tied. I mean, we go take a look at this. It is currently 11 stars to 11 stars, and they are down by just 7% here. So, I mean, this is going to be a very, very good match here to see. This is going to be a very close one. Let's go ahead and see who we have facing whoever first. We got a little confusion in there. And now we have, it was supposed to be Psychopath attacks. I guess did I do that in the right order? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. We're just going to do Psychopath attacking Gobos. So let's go ahead. We're going to get into the final match here. They need a 6-star. They cannot risk another 5-star. They do not have enough percentage to do here. If they 6-star, that does not secure the win for them either. They need to go. So it's going to be Gobos posting. Gobos woke up a little late for this, so they're both somewhat tired. I don't really know how Psychopath was so tired. I don't know what time it is for him right now, but Gobos has just posted, and it's time for Psychopath to go in and see whether or not he can secure the victory for his team up against Team Itzu. Team Itzu looking like the most menacing team here. And finally, we have the last match here. It's going to be Psychopath up against Gobos. We've seen similar bases to this a little bit. I think he used the same base yesterday up against Team Balalaika. So what is Psychopath going to do? We know Psychopath is amazing with baby dragons, but he's going on this on just waking up. We don't know if he's really warmed up. It's going to be a little iffy, so we're going to have to go see however this works. So here we go. Psychopath hopping in here. He's going to go and get on this base. I don't know where I would go from here. I mean, look, there's so many air defenses. I think this is the same base CarbonFin actually managed to get down with minions and dropships. So we saw this base get a 5-star by CarbonFin, so it was a pretty good approach there somewhat. I mean, of course, dropships and minions, say what you will about them, but even still, so look at these cannon carts. He's opening up a really good path for his baby dragons to run into this base, get onto the giant cannon and hit the Expo, and then to get onto the Mega Tesla. I mean, this is definitely going to be an interesting match. Again, they need the 6-star here. Psychopath was the only player on his team with 6-starred yesterday, so this will be really important for him to continue bringing that in to today. So we're going to go see. He's going into the Archer Tower. He's in range of the Air Expo now. Now once he gets down this clock tower, he's able to send in that last baby dragon to go and hit the Air Expo. Here we go. He finds a Tesla. That's going to damage him up a little bit, but if he gets onto the Archer Tower, he can splash the Mega Tesla. And here we go. He's splashing onto the Mega Tesla again with his next baby dragon. Battlecopter ability is going to do a lot of damage there. Look at that. Taking out the Mega Tesla. Now the question is, how does he finish off this base? He is going to lose the Battlecopter here for sure. No, I spoke too soon. He used the baby dragon ability. Perfect timing. And now he's definitely getting to the second stage. This is going to be a close match, but he's only going to have 2 cannon carts here. Now 2 cannon carts, that is a whole lot to have left alive. He needs to make sure he does not let these cannon carts die. He does not have a whole lot of time left, but he does does have enough time to play this carefully. Once he gets in range of this elixir collector, he just needs to stop and wait and let them finish it off. He does not need to rush this. He has plenty of time here. There we go, stopping. And now we have a very interesting match finishing up here. He finds another bomb here. He really shouldn't have moved that cannon cart, but with 2 cannon carts going into the second stage, it's all going to be down to whether or not he can still pull this off, and then it's going to be all on the Gobos. He needs a 6-star right now to make sure his team still has a chance of winning this. So we're going to go ahead. I'm guessing he's probably going to start in cannon carts on the elixir storage. Again, he's got to be careful. There's a lot of push traps on this side of the base here. So he's just going to talk with his team. We saw actually Hallow took this base down. Now Psychopath is bringing in a baby dragon. I would have probably brought in barbarians instead. And look, he hits a push trap. He has already lost a cannon cart. He needs to use this baby dragon right now. Not right now, sorry. He needs to use this cannon cart right now to make sure he's at least going to secure this crusher. He needs to pause it, beautiful. And then now he's going to send in this next cannon cart. It's just sitting still for a second. This is why you want to bring in barbarians. This is why Hallow brought in barbarians, was to make sure he was not going to hit any push traps here. This could be absolutely catastrophic. He's going to keep moving this forward, and then he really kind of needs to start in his battle machine quite soon here. He can send in battle machine really from whatever direction he wants, and he's going to work on the crushers now, and he really needs to take down this huge area of defenses for the battle machine. He's not run out of time yet. He has plenty of time to start the battle machine, but he has to, I guess he kind of has to do it soon now. He needs to start this from the corner right now, charge up his ability, and okay, never mind, I spoke too soon. He's going to go ahead and start the battle machine here from the right up against the mortar, but that might be the better play here. I think I may have assumed that would be what he needed to do. Now he needs to take down this builder hall and all the zappies in it. He really needs to start the baby dragon from the corner, but he really also has to take down the zappies, so he's going to start the baby dragon right here now. Here's a splash. That's going to help him clean up a bit. He has 40 seconds. It's just going to come down to time, honestly. He can move the cannon carts forward. Battle Machine's going to go in there, take down all the cannons. Can he get this down in time? He needs to let this cannon cart move here. He has the first chain. He's working on the double cannon. He needs to let the cannon cart move now. He does not have time to spare. And here we go. Battle Machine, hopefully, Battle Machine dies. This could be a big issue. He stays alive, but it's looking like it's going to be a time fail because he does not have that corner building down. I mean, we see all these buildings here are low. He should have let this cannon cart move to the corner, and on the outside, he would have been able to get this down. But instead, he has a 197% 5-star. Now, then again, if you think about it, this is not much worse than getting a 6-star here. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. I mean, even if he got a 6-star and then Team Itzu got a 6-star, Team Itzu would have won. It's just that 6-star meant that if they got a 5-star, they still lose. But now if they get a 5-star, and I got to go look at the percentage here in a little bit to see exactly what they can get, it's going to be a little rough. Now, the architects here, the architects are the leading base builders in the entire builder base community. So if the architects can use one of their bases and pull off a defense, a 5-star that has, I believe, probably like a 180% 5-star or less would probably win this for them. And now we're going to have to see. I mean, he very, very closely got that. I mean, we saw that he lost a cannon cart, and he still nearly got that, meaning if he brought barbarians there instead of the extra cannon cart or the baby dragon, he still would have had a shot there. So Psychopath is defending. We just saw this base. Oh, he should not have used this base. We just saw how to take down this base. Now, maybe they trapped it. I think this was an accident. He wasn't here to see that this base just got posted. So Itzu actually nearly just took down this base. So can Gobos do the same as Itzu? Let's go see. Let's go see. I'm trying to see if they say it. So if what Team Itzu needs here, I believe, is a 190% 5-star to tie it, and anything more than that would win it. I'm pretty sure. Now look at this. Gobos is using P.E.K.K.A.s. I think he might be overthinking this. I don't know if they actually trapped this base here. I don't think they probably did. I think this base is probably fine for baby dragons. I think this was just a mistake from Psychopath, but of course, you never know. They're really nice base builders here. So he's starting in the, okay, first Tesla immediately. It's looking like, look, the traps are exactly the same as they were. The traps are the same. He just overthought it. I think he thought that maybe the architects predicted that he would try the same attack Itzu did, but I don't know if that's the case. Now, he is looking super solid here. Again, he does not need a 6-star anymore. He just needs a good 5-star. Battle Machine ability got popped a little early, though. And now the big question is, does he have enough for the back end here? This is going to be a little bit of a close match. P.E.K.K.A ability on the Crusher. It does not take it down, so they're going to take a big shot there. If they could get down the Battle Machine, that would be huge. I don't know if they have air bombs or not. But look, this giant cannon is going to splash so much here. This is not looking good whatsoever. This is looking like Gobos might be failing this one. And it went from looking like Team Itzu had the advantage to now, I don't think they're going to get this. And even though they used the same base twice in a row, I think he overthought it and used a different strategy, thinking he would outsmart them. And I think Psychopath just made a mistake, meaning that this is going to be a fail from Gobos. And now that's going to be the match. The Architects are surprisingly going to beat Team Itzu with a 16-star lead, 16 stars to 13 stars. This was a really unexpected end of results here. No one really expected that. And now everyone is just hopping out, and that's this game. I mean, we already know this is not the end of the road for them. Team Itzu, one of the strongest teams in the tournament right now. They still have plenty of time. They're just going to be down in the losers bracket. They're probably going to crush whoever's in the losers bracket. I mean, I think they're going to face Balalaika again. I'm not sure. But unfortunate, a really unfortunate last attack there, getting a 2-star for the end of the war. And we saw Team Carbon, the Architects, got the third highest score we've seen in the entire tournament today. So a really unfortunate in there, but yet again, a super good victory there. I mean, we're going to have to go ahead, and that's going to be it for the day. That's going to be it for roughly about a week. We're going to be waiting a little bit until day 3 of the tournament, and that is it. So the final rankings are in the winners bracket. We have the Architects, who just won. We have Children of Otto as well. Additionally, we're going to have, let's go see, I think that's the only players in the winners bracket actually. And then in the losers bracket, going to be facing off for a chance to come back, we're going to have Goated players with Owe Fury and Noseboy. We're going to have Midnight Bash over here, who also is going to have SeaSickShrimp, 3-time #1 player, and Jopo, and their creator is Clash Bashing. They got an 18-star war today, so there's no joking around there. We're going to have Team Itzu, who we saw just lost. They got, again, one of the highest scores in the entire tournament. And lastly, we have Team Balalaika, who barely made it through today. And we're going to just see how well they can do tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry, on the 17th here. So that is going to be it for day 2 of the tournament. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. I know we had definitely a few difficulties with a player not showing up in time, but luckily it was still enough time to get us through this. So that is going to be it for this tournament. A really surprising chain of events there to end this, and that's going to be it for this day of the tournament. So thank you guys for showing up, and we'll see you in day 3 of the tournament, which will be taking place next week on the 17th.